Well, I've managed to fuck this up royally.
Say you have to go and your planet needs you.
It's already
I mean-
restarted. I
Aw.
didn't fucking add the call to the recording.
So it's
Oh,
been
God.
recording.
I mean,
It's been recording the world map, and that's it.
lit.
Not even music because copyright.
Oh.
I recorded 2.5 hours of Baldur's Gate once without my mic on.
Sounds
So I mean,
Yeah.
at least I had the game and game audio, but not me.
That happens.
Yeah. Okay. Not being incapacitated for 2 seconds. Thank you.
I can't get over enough about Humansky. But yeah, I don't think Miles will help me add Furious Counter-Strike to my artifact.
I have
Nope.
to figure out what I'm doing with my Dominion again.
Yeah, I have so much Dominion. I don't know what the fuck to do with it.
So I
Yeah.
barely knew what to do as Remy, and now I don't know what to do again.
You're like, whoa, wait.
Would you like me to start coming up with ideas to assist you?
Is
Mhm.
it is a campaign goal to fix all the celestial engines, correct?
Correct.
Sorta, yeah.
I can't really be my own project because that's everyone's project.
Well, you can have a personal project of fixing specific types of engines, or just
That's
engines in
true.
general.
Yeah, because like all the stuff that I've been able to do with my everything's all wibbly now
Yeah.
is just like, hey, physics is different now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's turn that up. Let's just
Mm.
use that.
That reminds me, I need to ask Robert what are some reasonable ideas for goals? Because goals are actually supposed to have value in this game.
Oh.
Because it's supposed to be you get some Dominion when you complete your goal.
Mm.
Oh,
So we
I might
haven't been
need to-
doing that.
I might need to talk to Robert then, because a goal of mine happened not too long ago.
Right now, my only project is unify all Genasi. Also, is it Genasi? Genasi? Genesee? I don't know.
It's Hennessy.
Genesee.
Hennessy.
Alright.
Spirit
Are
Lake.
Tennessee.
goals technically like a part of our work, like our facts or something, or?
No, so it'd
so-
appear under your name. So,
Yeah, so
Okay, that's
it's
right.
it's the bubble under languages.
Okay, yep, I see it. I see it.
I forgot that my languages is yes.
Good.
Freaking command. May communicate with any intelligent creature, understanding them and being understood in turn.
So,
God, I made a weird character and I love it so much.
I'm currently making a website just for me to store things.
Jesus.
Help.
Oh yeah, I bought a homebrew book, and I'm so excited to go through it. They basically applied the scientific theory in various ways to magic to figure out like the scientific and mathematical reason that magic exists in 5e, and I'm so excited to get into it because nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, that coworker that I was explaining all of our campaigns to,
Mhm.
he is currently working on his homebrew full system.
I don't know
His
what that
home
means,
brew.
but yay.
He kind of
so-
like the guy who made Godbound. He's making his own RPG.
Ah, love it.
Oh, did permissions get updated for like the
Should.
with? Maybe I need
Is
to.
it not working?
Let me like I'm seeing like the option to add a sound to Craze Bananas or to Discord's, and like then I see Discord sounds. Like I'm not seeing anything for like the Godbound without DM as an
Hold
option.
on. I might have to create a new role then. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, it seems like Crazy Bananas is capped.
Yes.
E.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
okay.
it was like
that's
boost
part
it
of the
to add
reason.
12 more.
That's part of the
Money.
reason why. Hang on. Does that mean like 1 sec? I'm gonna go over to another Discord server and just join a voice chat and see if I can use one of the sounds from here or there.
So I believe only me, Robert, and Trevor would be able to use soundboard items from this, as you do have to be a Nitro member.
Oh, come
Bye.
on.
And he
Yeah,
left
Nitro
anyways.
is what lets you use soundboards in different servers. Otherwise, it's just grayed out.
Well, he left anyways.
Hello, I have
You had to
verified.
go test it.
Yes, the test has in fact failed. I cannot use sounds from this server in another server I'm in.
Lame.
Yep.
As you left, right? They were explaining why you can't use it.
You have to be a Nitro member to use soundboards from other servers.
That'd do it.
And it costs
So I believe
$3
that
a
leaves-
month.
Just
believe
Not
that
about to
leaves
play
me-
pay $3 a month for silly sounds from another server.
Yeah, I believe that leaves me, Trevor, and Robert as the only Nitro users because I get free Nitro through YouTube.
how you
YouTube
do
gives
that?
you 3 Nitro? What?
I get some free Nitro through YouTube Premium.
I have
Since
YouTube
when?
Premium.
I also
What?
have the premium.
If you go into your premium options,
Premium options.
so purchases and memberships, I believe. Manage membership. Give me a moment. It's been a while.
Your
since I've had to
premium
do this.
benefits.
Yeah,
Yep.
premium benefits. Gets me. It just says it gets me YouTube music.
That might be because I have family premium then.
Family premium.
I have that.
So your family's premium.
I have family premium because it was cheaper for me and Brooklyn to just have family premium than 2 separate
Mhm.
premiums.
Mom
That
is the
is-
one that bought our premium, so it is a family premium. So maybe I have to bug her. Like, hey.
No, so it's my premium account. I'm the one who made the thing and set it up for the family thing that I've got going on. Premium benefits enjoyed so far. Ad-free videos, background play, music listened on YouTube Music, videos watched offline.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, no, what is included with YouTube Premium? Ad-free on offline and background play on YouTube and YouTube Music. With Premium, YouTube Kids is also ad-free and supports offline videos.
Oh,
You must
YouTube
have-
Kids.
Derek, you must have gotten something earlier. The only thing that came up was back in March 29th, that you could claim 3 months of free Nitro.
As long as you're a YouTube Premium member, you'll be able to claim the Nitro promo from YouTube from March 29th to December 31st.
From the verse, yeah.
The 31st has not occurred.
It hasn't, but I don't see it.
And I must say, Daedalus, that toaster contraption that you were discussing here in the lab was most remarkable.
Ah, you don't have to be so subtle. A lot of the people know it and just don't want to admit it yet.
Oh God.
I
The
understand.
toaster is.
Toaster shoots knives! Run!
Yeah.
The toaster always burns your toast.
Hopefully, the others will begin to accept things in due time.
I hope so as well.
I will
In
not
the
accept
meantime,
the toaster. Fuck the toaster.
You have made great work. You have done
I-
great work.
I thank you, and I will continue to do so. As as you leave the research center and begin walking towards the rest of your companions. And
When we have a moment, oh wait, yeah. If I'm not with the whole group, I won't.
Privacy.
No, I was gonna. No, if the whole group isn't together yet, I won't say anything yet.
it isn't. We still need to address like Semlix and Zoya as well as
yep.
Yuna. I'm
Yeah.
going to
For sure.
If it's okay, I'm gonna grab a drink of water real quick. And
Oh
then
my god. Can you believe
That's
that?
perfect. I'm gonna go grab a drink too.
Do we
Sounds good.
have a map for our town, like in World's
we do, but it doesn't have like all of the details.
I was just curious.
I'm the map.
If you check the
the map-
World Anvil link, I did
Mhm.
actually put map markers in it.
Okay.
Oh, cool. But yeah, no, I'll flesh out a formal map more later. There's the basic one that has all the old stuff in it, but it doesn't have any of the new stuff, is what it amounts to.
It has not been updated to handle chip shaking physics like a snow globe.
Yes, or anything else. But it is actually quite fun how a lot of the changes made played into each other.
I have linked it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna grab water. It'll be like 2 minutes tops. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I guarantee Mom's never had Nitro. Maybe I can still. I'm like, hey, can you go in here and send me a link?
I think you had to pair it.
I got
But,
very confused for a minute. My
No,
brain
like-
wired crossed.
I
you
sent
sure
a little
that-
highlight from the promotion website. It says users who have never had Nitro on the Discord are eligible to redeem it. I have. I've had Nitro before, so I can't have it.
I
haven't.
see. Bray, make sure that it's the account on YouTube because I have 2 accounts. I have my personal account and then the one that streams.
Ooh, I do
I have
have a
3
sent-
YouTube accounts.
You have what?
I have 3 YouTube accounts.
So check whatever one has the proper premium. That is the account that premium is billed through.
That's that.
Oh, well, then that's still not me. Ooh,
Huh.
never mind. My other account has it. Ha 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 ha.
One moment.
Oh.
My accounts. Switch account to also me.
Discord Nitro.
What?
What are we doing with Discord Nitro?
Oh, yeah.
We're arguing
There it
about
is.
You can potentially get 3 months free if you have YouTube Premium.
That's what I'm doing. That's
I'm
what
doing.
I have. Like that's why I have Nitro. I'm not gonna pay $10 a month for Discord Nitro. Although now I'm tempted because of the soundboard.
Isn't there a $3 option?
Yeah, but you don't get the soundboard stuff.
Yeah, there's
Lame.
different levels.
Yeah.
We're talking
Okay.
Nitro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. All right.
I love how
Nitroglycerin.
easily everyone immediately figures out what we're doing.
God, I've seen so much Nitro this week.
Either way.
Great.
See, meanwhile, I'm like nitro energy, nitro
Glycerin.
nitro
Yeah.
glycerin.
Actually,
nitrogen,
technically, try nitrotoluene, but you know.
You know.
All right.
Trevor, you just reminded me of the other day I was talking with a guy and just going on to give him just the rundown on chlorine trifluoride.
Saying nothing else about my testing that I did this week. You have not truly lived until you're sitting there realizing that someone we're using a hose with their GFCI actively in a puddle, and that puddle also has a certain series of nitro groups in it.
Oh dear.
And not actually caring.
Either way, is everyone good to resume?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should be. I think the dogs have calmed down.
Miles, you good? Or should we get to your thing second?
I'm good.
All right, cool. Back to the academy. All right, so as you are walking through the halls and talking with a bunch of the students, eventually, Zoya finds her way to you. It's like, another new arrival. Are you here for one of the lectures? We try to be as open as we can be and let everyone in.
Oh, this place was. Hold on.
Don't die.
Oh, this place does seem very interesting. I saw that Semlix had wandered here.
Yeah, I built this place back before we left to go on like 500 different quests, so just checking in on the place.
It's quite an interesting place. What does it offer?
It's a training academy, mostly just ways to fight, ways that people can try to become better so that they can protect the people they care about.
Interesting. My mum used to be a martial arts expert.
Hmm.
So I learned a little bit from her.
There you go.
Everyone who sparred with her died.
No, it's my dad. Shut up.
No, everyone who sparred with your mother.
I mean, even if it's unrelated,
Shut up.
everyone dies eventually. Either way.
Oh.
So it's like, well, either way, good Semlix here was going to instruct some of the students. I'm sure they could learn a lot.
Oh, I bet. Semlix, do you mind if I sit in or stand in on your lecture?
Yeah, not at all.
And as the headmaster is walking you through, you all are approached to what looks to be a large lecture hall. Except in the center, there's what looks to be a impromptu sort of arena with some targets, some weapons on the side, as well as a blackboard, in the back of it. You see what looks to be a full house of many different students just looking about, talking. But all three of you step in, the room goes quiet. All eyes are on you. What will you do?
I will step forward and say, well met. Glad to see that everybody's at least taking the steps to work with each other rather than working alone and not trying to hone each other's skills. Words. It is important to hone one's skills by working with others instead of simply trying to stand alone.
Yeah, as you, one of them just sort of raises a hand.
Yes, how can I help?
Working together, that's fine. But what about in cases of what about evaluating who is a true ally? There's obviously going to be some people who are deceptive.
I know that pain all too well. But and sometimes it can be tricky. Sometimes you feel like your heart potentially has found a brother or a comrade in arms only for them to betray you. But in my experience, you cannot let that deter you from opening your heart to others in the future. Even if you feel the sting of betrayal, do not let that pain and fear keep you from moving forward with others. Because iron can sharpen iron, but iron that stands alone will grow dull and rusted. The best way, in my experience, to find those you trust is to do what you can to help them and see how they respond in turn. Even if they do not return your kindness, offer that help and light in whatever way you can moving forward. And those who you find who not necessarily will match your contributions in an even balance, but will stand by you no matter what storms may come, those can be your true allies. The brothers and the friends you make along the path can determine a lot of things. But don't be afraid of betrayal. Be afraid of being alone. If that makes sense.
He looks around. You see a lot of them sort of writing in what looks to be notebooks, and another one dresses. Question of curiosity, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
I'm sure you fought a lot. What's the worst? Like, worst in the hardest to fight, worst is in you fucking hated them. It was the worst.
There is definitely a lot to unpack there. I would say the worst was probably, in terms of the mental side of it, was a former friend. But the most difficult in terms of challenge would probably be a wielder that was arguably my opposite. But the most important thing is that at a glance you can see levels of power. To a degree. But one must never underestimate an opponent. The heart is full of many emotions, and it drives people forward. Those who seem weak on the surface may have the drive and the will to accomplish the strength to move mountains. So even if you see, I have seen many people who are no more than children slice through buildings and forests. I have seen people who are shorter than perhaps even in the tiniest little bush leap over the tallest of trees and fly over the widest of seas. Every step forward is one that you must take yourself through the strength of your own heart. The hardest opponent may be unique in your own experiences. So what I consider the hardest opponent, you may consider a walk in the park. But what you may consider the hardest opponent, I may consider a training opportunity. It all depends on how you approach the world, and never overlook your opponent.
Thank you, Professor. And looking through. Let me just roll something real quick.
Zoya's gonna be like, oh, can I add one thing?
Of course.
The hardest opponent you're ever gonna face is yourself. Because yourself. Shut up, Logan.
They look around trying to find someone named Logan.
I did again.
It's the Rogum leaking.
No, I left it closed. Well, can you grab me a drink and close it? Yay.
Everyone in the hall appears very confused.
No,
Oh
but
my gosh.
because you are always going to want to better yourself. You are always going to be hard on yourself. Is why you are the greatest opponent, and yet your greatest ally. Finding the inner strength when it's hard, and having the determination when it's hard is going to be your best ally.
Nice words.
Yeah.
That was all.
Yeah. Another one raises his hand. This one looks to be, a lot younger with a bow. Can't be above the age of 18.
Yes.
Yes. Hello. Well, this academy is open to all, and that is grateful. It's great that a lot of people can just come in here and learn and take what they learn. But a lot of us here are, what you've talked on cases of betrayal, but what on cases on you're forced to fight former allies, as this place has no borders, so to speak, when the people here go their separate ways, I suppose. It's likely that if a war were to start between, our nations, and we both found ourselves enlisting, we could fight former allies for no other reason than we were told to do it, and we need to. In cases like this, how do you live with that? I suppose.
Sounds like they shouldn't be a soldier.
I have not personally had any experience with that. The politics of many worlds, as one of myself who is more a traveler rather than one who is settled in a singular location, I have found myself trying to fight for what I believe is right. In your case, however, my advice is this. Try to make friends so that you can find the solutions yourselves rather than the solutions that you are told are the only ones that exist. If warring nations are saying they want more power because a handful of people at the top of the food chain want more for themselves, and you can see that this is corrupt and wrong and that devastation and death is not the right thing to do, then you and your friends may be on opposite sides of the political spectrum, but through your connections here, through your history, through your bond, through your friendships, you can take the steps necessary to move forward and find a new solution that is not determined by a handful of a few in power. Not necessarily saying like just run for a straight coup, but rather say you can see what is right and wrong. Do not let the decisions of others determine that harm and suffering is the solution when it is clearly not.
So I just gonna look over to you and be like, may I insert some words?
Sure.
Since I have actually slightly been on the side of having to come face to face with allies because of nations having issues. When you come face to face, it is an honor to fight them because even though you guys are against each other, you have learned together and have it be an honor. That's all I have to say.
Oh
Fair
my
enough.
god, I wish Bhaskar was in this room right now.
And that just goes to show the wide range of ideals and experiences that create the world that we all share.
Meanwhile, the headmaster says, quite a glorious lecture. Any closing thoughts or passing words for the students here?
I will keep this brief. You traveled here in search of knowledge and skill, but that can only take you so far. The skills, those can be ingrained in the mind, but the heart helps the body move. It is up to you to take the first steps. May your heart be your guiding key.
There is respectful applause as a lot of the students see you out.
And there you go.
All right, awesome, very good. I like that. Meanwhile, actually, Daniel hasn't had a turn in a while. Daniel's overseeing the thing, right?
Yep, and having that conversation with Samael.
Okay. I guess
It doesn't have to be in character. I can skip the in character and just get the notes later.
Hey, sure. I feel bad. I want you to do something while everyone else.
I'm literally just programming a website while we're doing this and cracking jokes with Trevor.
All right, if you say so.
We're memeing it up.
Okay, if you say so. Yeah, we can say you're getting all the stuff sorted out, and you'll get pings on all that. Then that's what Daniel's doing right now. Then
getting alerts from my priest like shit's weird.
Yeah.
I gotta send this F is for friends thing that we made to my buddies.
Hold on.
I'm blacking it out. I'm blacking out names, but I
will take this moment to reveal one of the memes we were typing. F is for friends who do war together. and then it split.
This
Trevor
is just
says,
in Godbound text.
Yeah.
yeah, U is for unexploded ordnance. N is for
I'll read it.
anywhere, anytime. Down in the ravaged hellscape that was once people. So, well,
Or are
mine
you
was
showing
F
this
is
to
for
the
friends.
stream?
No, I'm just saying this. F is for friends who do war together. U is for undoing physics. N is for New World Order. Down in the ravaged hellscape. Yes! It is
Yeah.
not burning passion.
Very good, yes.
Yeah, either way, back to. So you want the okay? Back to the cursed music.
I don't even know if I wanted. Okay, well,
Yeah. So, Chip.
Hey.
You get to the you all find yourselves in the real. God, I can't keep a straight face during this fucking song.
Good.
It gets so much worse. Just wait. Either way, as you find yourself in, God damn it, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't.
You did
keep
this
it.
to yourself.
I did do it to myself. Like fucking Marilyn Manson coming into Tears for Fears. Something about that. Either way. All right. I'll try to keep it together. So you enter the Reality Research Center, and it's not indescribable, but words don't do it justice. You got people quite literally throwing stuff at walls to see what sticks, and it's not the things you think.
oh god, send help.
It's like, and you see what looks to be a box. You see a box just full of a bunch of what looks like mundane materials. One of them just sort of passingly, bumps it as it starts like floating up into the air. And they start trying to throw rocks at it to get it back down.
Such a waste of a perfectly good apple.
Is it an apple? Hmm?
The rocks taste like Fuji apples.
So what Chip, Gurgle, and Bascara, what would you all like to do in this place?
I'll help fetch the floating objects.
All right, how would you do that?
What am I doing?
Sorry, dying a little bit.
Stop.
Is Bascara aware whatever this is?
Only a
Yes.
little bit. Whim.
Yes.
Okay.
But no, I'm gonna fashion just like a quick net out of random crap and throw it up at the floaty things.
I'll be back.
No,
It's
I'm good.
Goodbye.
Yep.
Bye.
Cause like the thing is, legitimately, like I can use silverware and stuff, and it'll make a functional net.
Logan, are you muted?
Do these floaty things will we get in trouble if they're brought back but slightly damaged?
It's like
What the fuck are you gonna do?
probably
to it?
not.
Probably
But-
not.
It's hard to
How-
say.
How far out are they?
Well,
Hard to say.
Chip already got the net on them, but you can do something if you want.
Well, if the net's already on them, then I'll
Yep.
chill.
I was gonna say, I imagine them just like lazily floating up to the ceiling like a balloon.
Yeah, it's like, but as you grab
yeah,
some, in one of the adjacent boxes, this is actually some silverware, a nice cutlery set, and you're able to make that into a net to bring it back down. And I said, it's like, oh, we haven't messed with those yet, dude. So they're nets. Good to know.
Once the things have been resecured, I'm just gonna like take it back apart into silverware.
What
The
just
music-
happened?
The
The
music.
music happened.
Having trouble.
It's like the more you listen to this, the better and worse it gets.
All right.
Is
Sorry,
this like
Mom
some Neil
asked.
Cicerega thing?
It actually I've been playing Neil Cicerega this whole time to describe the weird.
I was gonna say,
Level.
like, no, this is the sort of stuff that he does.
Yeah.
No, it's not just stuff. It is Neil Cicerega.
Mom came in to ask me a question. So, did Bascara end up in the make place?
Yes. Yes.
Hi.
Mm,
Sorry, I'm just kind of
Picturing that.
good.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, considering things are fucked up where Bascara came from, and Bascara has now learned that Chip has made things more fucked up than they used to be here,
Mhm.
she is just going to be looking around with uncontained, like, disdain. Or unfiltered, there we go. Like, just, what the fuck?
You
At
wanna
the
flirt?
same time, as Gurgle's witnessed all this, Gurgle's gonna like shoot out a little bit of water out of his hand to see if it still follows the natural laws of gravity, or if it decides to head its way up.
The water that's shooting from your mouth appears to behave like normal water.
Okay, Gurgle will scratch his head.
I'm like, oh, yeah. It's like if you want to get water from the river, it would behave differently. That's how it works, as far as I understand it.
Gurgle just kind of just shrugs and accepts it as a fact.
I'm like,
What in the fuck is this song?
my
Don't worry
mouth.
about it.
About the-
It's
It's
literally
dry.
called my mouth. Either way. So, as
Doesn't help.
it's great, isn't it? But as you all, if I were here saying, but not all of it is just silly stuff that's gimmicky. It's some of it is okay. Some of it is actually quite helpful. Like, one of the big ones actually. As a lot of the lumber is light and it's easy to, like, if you blow into it, it gets bigger. It's not necessarily, durable, but
Are we blowing on wood now?
let me explain. There is a thought that a lot of wars are won with intimidation, yes?
Oh,
A lot of wars are won with the threat of nuclear violence.
Yes. Well, I know you're not there, but I'm gonna pretend someone just acknowledged it. I think this music is too distracting. I love
God
it.
damn it! It's so good.
I'm not actually paying attention to it. It's just weird.
Yeah, this music's too distracting, but I love it too much to stop it. Either way. So it's like,
I can
What?
stop it if I need to.
yeah. But as essentially, it's easy enough to convince everyone that there's a giant tower of war when it's really just one person blowing on a plank of wood. Stuff like
Start
that.
a war for blowing wood.
But it's stuff like that. No one's going to expect it, so it works. It's like, yes, I didn't introduce myself. My name's Neil.
Nice to meet you, Neil.
Yes. So you, I believe it was mentioned you had involvements with this place.
Yeah. I'm founded the school and I made the material.
Oh, yeah. This is you. This is one I cannot be composed during. This one's amazing, but
Timing of that change.
yeah.
I love that there's like a audible song change every time I finish a sentence. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Either way, so it's like, but you are in charge of doing this place. Is there anything specific you want to test? There's got to be something.
Um,
Not
Wood.
I think that the wood's been pretty tested at this point, but how about the ores that are here?
What
Because
appears to be tungsten is instead extremely light and extremely durable.
Ooh, we have tungsten?
Not anymore.
Wait, is the whole bit of a
That's
tungsten
true.
cube how weirdly light it is now?
Like, yes, it's tungsten is now like
Yep.
basically as the weight of aerogel, and it's still as strong.
Oh no! Oh my god!
And then there's
And
just
how-
like it's copper. It weighs the same as it used to, but it floats now.
Yeah. And
Oh
iron.
my god!
Well, I don't know what the joke of this is, but iron tastes like pork. It's not any different, but it tastes like pork.
I
That's
want to know
gross.
how he's fucking tasting it.
I mean,
Well,
you
how
don't need
is
to chew
obvious.
it to taste it. You
Typically,
just
is
gotta lick
You
tongue.
can-
Yeah, I was gonna say if he uses
Also,
his
isn't that
tongue.
weird? Because
You can always just grab stuff and taste it.
Wait,
It's
so
It's like a piggy jawbreaker.
I just have a question. Does this
Yes.
stuff also then smell like what it tastes like? Because otherwise, it's like a very dim, faint taste.
As it is right now for iron, it only tastes like it if it's at room temperature. But if you're heating it up or forging it, it smells like bacon.
Why are
Pig
you
iron.
eating things?
So
What
wait,
if
wait,
one of
wait.
these poisons you?
Gurgle's
I
like
mean-
putting pieces together. Like, if we're eating it straight up, are we eating essentially raw pork?
I think we're just because you said it just tastes like it, and the rest of it's normal, right? So it's still like
Yes.
Hard.
too crunchy.
Yes. Yeah. We luckily we tried it on some
Hey,
dentures.
stop talking.
But yes, too crunchy is a good way to say it.
So no, you just you get to suck on the pork.
Beware of the warwood and the sucking pork.
Yes. But any
Then
others?
help.
Any others you wish to learn about?
And
got-
and the rocky the rocky apple.
Oh yeah, the rocks are quite good here. That is one of the best changes. Hey, it's like say, he actually gestures to someone. Hey, we still got that box of rocks? Yeah. Bring them over here. It's like one of them brings over a box. Rock. He offers all of you rocks.
No.
Rock.
All right, he grabs you one, takes one himself, and takes a nice crisp bite into it. It's like he looks at you, Piscara. It's like, offering of rocks.
You're missing out.
What
can,
is wrong with all of you?
Rocks taste good.
What about all
The nutritional
like-
values. Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I mean,
It's diet friendly.
Can't
yeah,
argue with that.
It's low calorie.
true.
What's the sugar content?
Well,
I
12's a lot.
don't think it
Just kidding.
is.
It's just you can
Might
eat
be
them.
Might be some salt in it.
Is there? Is it salt?
I don't know. What's the mineral content?
Vitamin granite.
Vitamin G.
Gee,
Also, I would
oh
like to
God.
point out that you wanted to get the session us to the new arc. We are nowhere
Yeah,
near it.
I forgot about the. Yeah,
Ugh.
we'll get to that. We'll
Yeah,
get
I'm
to
Today.
it.
down to explore. It's fine.
If-
This is fun.
All of this, Beskar gestures frantically around,
Mhm.
no longer behaves how you expect.
Mhm.
Why are you just eating things?
Because how else will we figure out whether or not it's edible?
If he's got a point.
Are none of you concerned about dying?
I mean, we all got to go eventually, right?
Baskara is just absolutely flabbergasted, eyes wide, has no words left.
But you can check things before you go and full eat them to make sure that they don't kill you.
Oh, no, that doesn't always work. As I said, the iron is not edible. It just tastes like pig.
Yeah.
Wait, then how do you know it's not edible? You taste
tried.
it. So like you have to lick it?
No, we tried. There's some shattered teeth later, and you know how it goes.
Do you have insurance?
What's insurance?
What is insurance?
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
You know, it's like, so he continues eating rocks. It's like, wait, that summarizes things, I think.
Reminds
I
me
know,
to
but-
never set foot in this building again.
It's like, oh,
But this
yeah.
this building is where we figure out what the new rules are. I think this is I think this is the place you like the most.
There would have been no reason to learn if you hadn't ruined anything more.
Ruh-roh.
You say ruined like things were working before.
He keeps saying it's like, a lot of people come by here, and some indescript person is really interested in this place. As he keeps just eating on rocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, good to meet you, Chip. We'll continue the research. It's like, and he gestures back. It's like, oh, let's see what happens if we throw dirt in the sky. Maybe that'll do something.
Try
I'm
mixing
waiting
it with
for the
the iron,
building to
too.
explode.
Good idea. We'll try that. And they continue their experiments. We can say, after all of that, you all were able to meet back up, if there's no objections.
I'm just
Send
imagining
help.
playing Doodle God,
sure.
but like the recipes are scrambled.
Do I finally show back up? Or-
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
excellent.
I'm really sorry that it took so long.
I'm kind of sad that Daniel stayed behind because he would have commented on both Miles and that experience. And he wants a rock.
I probably
Because-
brought some extras. Rocks are
Yeah,
Out
nice.
of, out of everybody, it would probably be safest if Daniel ate them.
So
I'm
yeah,
immune to poison and I can just destroy anything anyway.
yeah. So Daniel, I would like to say your priest probably told you a good amount of what's been happening here, through just concerned messages as you find yourself stumbling into town with everyone else wrapping up their day before the long journey ahead.
I walk up to Chip and go, "What the fuck have you done?"
A lot.
Clearly.
Finally, someone's concerned.
Why?
Because it'd be more interesting and we could do things that can't be done before.
Hey, if you were going to do that, limited scope to a small town for experiments. Don't do it to the
Experiments.
entire fucking nation!
Experiments. Experiments.
But then we wouldn't have enough to do all the things with it that we want to do.
One, how is this affecting the celestial engines? And two, how the fuck is every other nation going to look at us like we're fucking competent, sane people? You can get away with having because you have the word of madness. The rest of us cannot.
I mean, no one else in Rogum had. Well, some did. Word of Madness, but
Okay, and
We got
Rogum is
along
also. It is expected of Rogum to have a certain degree of madness or
Mhm.
The
Don't
like
insult
to-
Rogum like that.
You just broke a relatively fine country because you wanted to experiment.
Sounds about right to me.
It's not worse, it's just different.
You don't know that it's not worse.
I just imagine a small amount of blood trickling out of Daniel's nose. He has been stewing on this information, stomping back to town the entire time.
So one of the fun things about that actually is when I made the Dominion expenditure like not worse, not significantly better, not like markedly worse, just like left a bit, was actually part of the description for it. So it is genuinely not worse.
Yes, but our characters don't know that.
But Chip does though, because Chip intentionally made it so that
Oh, okay. I got
yeah,
you.
but no, it's not worse. It's just
Yeah.
different now.
Apophis comes back a bit later than the rest of you as he walks into this argument.
Well, now, what seems to be the concern, everybody?
Things
Did
are
Chip
you
is
different.
not
going to
People
give
don't
see
like
me a
the
that.
burning
stroke.
fields?
Oh, no
Things
thanks.
are
Nothing.
different. But
Please
Fire's
tell
such
me
a
Why-
good
something
fertilizer.
good has happened while we were gone, or am I just going to have a stroke today?
Well, I mean, you might have a stroke today, anyways.
I'm trying to understand why. What is the reason for all the ire directed at our eccentric friend here?
Eccentric does not begin to reach the level of bullshit happening here.
What's funny is it seems that of everyone, Chip has the strongest grasp of reality for anybody.
Yes, and that's the most terrifying part, for one. And two, we're supposed to be putting the world back together, not detonating it further.
Who said we're
Yeah,
detonating?
but if we're putting
So,
it together, we
now-
can decide where the pieces go.
Here's the
That is
thing.
not how puzzles work!
He has not detonated this world. He has rather revealed the form that it actually takes. He has peeled back some Byzantine deception that has enveloped the rest of this world.
The world onion has one less layer here in Cosnia.
Or because of physics is being fucked, does it have several more?
I don't know
No,
how I
I-
feel about the world being peeled apart like an onion, because at some point you're left with nothing
we
and we
even-
all cease to exist.
Do we even
Now,
know
I
what
feel like I think you're a little too hung up on the onion here. Let's be.
Oh,
Speaking of
What if it was a
which,
glass
This-
onion?
This onion
Speaking
is
of
not
which-
made out of glass. It is not easily translucent or penetrable to the human gaze.
I think I just peeled off the like funky wilty layer that's on the outside of the onion over top the E bit.
Then can we put a new layer on?
That
Can
would
we
be.
grow
What,
a new
you're,
layer?
you're not understanding what I'm saying here.
You're right.
What
I
has
know.
happened? What has happened, as bizarre and counterintuitive as your minds find it? What is happening here in Kazne is a more accurate representation of the reality of this world than you see anywhere else.
Is that accurate?
Anywhere else, there has
Hello?
been engaged a conspiracy of some kind to
Yes.
maintain the world as it was.
Is
I
it
don't know
worse?
whether I
Is
don't
it
know whether
worse?
Apophis has some genuine insight or if he's just gone like full conspiracy nut job on it. I love
Like,
it.
That was what we were just. I have established an entire university dedicated to the study of reality here. And that is a genuine insight that they have discovered. And it is very important that we keep this within ourselves. Because people tend to lose their minds when they find out that this is how the world is now after the fracturing.
Yes, so we need to
Yes.
put it back together better. Not strip it to its base layers.
Sometimes you have to
do you-
stick to the
I
basics
swear
to
to-
get
better.
better.
Like lighting the wheat isn't so much easier than trying to find water and cows for it.
No, I feel like both of y'all missed the point here, and I
bleeding.
am a little bit melting from between the ears.
You have
I'm-
nails
Get used
between
to
your ears.
What is happening here is nobody's
What the
fault.
hell?
It's nobody's fault.
It's
Uh-oh.
definitely somebody's
After-
fault.
After it seems that after the shattering of Bixian, what you see here in Kaznia is the way the entire world should be. But some
Backwards?
deliberate effort is God fucking damn
Let him talk.
you people and your backwards and
people?
forwards.
You people?
You backwards and forwards
People.
talking linearly minded individuals.
You talking about yourself?
What I'm
I don't think he's talking about me. My mind's
Lost
been.
his
People call my
action
brain
level.
wiggly.
your mind's been non-linear for a long time.
Yeah.
But no, what I'm saying is that there's some deliberate obfuscation taking place.
I'm sorry, could you
Some-
use smaller
What
words
word
for
was
the
that?
rest of them?
Obfuscation.
Yeah,
Can
please.
you dim that down? Gurgles.
Someone
Gurgles
is
really-
trying very hard
The music.
to
Yeah, thank you for
maintain
doing it
the
for the people
world.
who don't understand words.
Someone is trying very hard to maintain the world as it was before the fracturing of Bixian.
Yes.
And what everywhere else observes is a lie. And here, in Kaznia, that lie has been rent asunder.
Are you saying like that the rest of the world is in an illusion and this is the only place where the truth exists?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
You could've
Everywhere
used
else,
much
still-
simpler words.
Worlds?
Or
Got 'em.
words.
If I used simpler words, I would not be doing my job as the Kentucky Fried CIA.
The fuck is the CIA?
Who's the CIA? What was CIA?
Oh,
Gurgles.
my
Gurgles.
me. Oh my me.
Don't
Gurgles
do
gonna
whatever he
scratch
does.
his
Knee in
head.
pain. How did you
And-
laugh so hard that your knee hurts?
Gurgles
I
gonna
hate
be
when that
really
happens.
curious is like how you got to this conclusion. Like what
Kentucky
tests
Fried
did you
Kentucky.
do? What did the Kentucky Fried Colonel do to get to this point?
I've been engaging through a proxy this institute that has been deep in the study of reality here in Kaznia, and this is the deepest source of information about the world as it exists that I can find. And when I spoke with Daedalus, that was what he revealed to me.
Do we have like a lab outside of Kaznia that's doing these tests to compare? Is like
I don't
Or-
think we do because Kaznia is our place where we get to build things. I don't think
Yeah.
that like
so
Dratho would
we
like
don't
us.
have a sister lab somewhere that would allow us to help
No,
confirm
but we
these
probably have
things
a
and
cousin.
talk and compare.
Okay.
No, but other
No,
people
but
have taken notes.
the most compelling argument for this is that any strange physical phenomena that occurs here, if you transport that outside of Kaznia, then that maintains its essential essence as you find in Kaznia.
I apologize for
However-
interrupting.
Or-
Andy's been trying to say something.
Yeah, I was both out and in character, Robert, because I forgot to ask you for like a general description of what the fractured lands. That's not what that's called. The Shattered Isles. That's where I'm from.
Yes.
I forgot to remind you to tell me what that's like. But would I be able to back up or dispute anything he's saying? Like,
If anything, you could back it up.
so where I'm from is
Not to this
Yeah.
level, but the sort of
like
coding.
halfway here.
If what he's saying is accurate and there's some sort of illusory layer that's hiding the truth of things, if the veil is, is blanking on the word, but the opposite of transparent.
Opaque.
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 The veil is drawn.
If the veil is opaque here, the veil is slightly transparent in the Shattered Isles.
Okay. Is Cosnia weirder than the Shattered Isles?
Absolutely.
Great.
But not that much weirder. It's
the people of the Shattered Isles have been trying to make it go back to pre-Bixian.
In general, they have. In the Shattered Isles, most of the leadership is dominated by the theocracy, and it's mostly the theocracy decides for the people what they do, and there are groups that don't follow their rules, but they're sure as hell not vocal about it.
So
Okie dokie.
we need to figure out how to manipulate this base layer of reality so we can reconstruct reality to fix the illusion and make it not an illusion and make it reality.
Also, Gurgle's going to step in and maybe sidestep and talk to Apophis, not to interrupt anybody, but just basically conclude that what you're saying is because we can take something that's fucked up that happens in here and bring it to the rest of the lands, that is how you're concluding that the rest of the lands that are also fucked.
My understanding was if we took something out of Cosnia into the rest of the world, it would maintain those properties.
Yes.
Okay,
But
it
if we took
stays
something
fucked.
out of the rest of the world and brought it into Cosnia, it would become fucked.
Okay.
Right?
No,
No.
that's
No?
things maintain the properties of where they're from. If you took some lumber from Stump, for example, it would be normal lumber if you brought it here, because otherwise
Okay.
the houses and everything would be fucked.
That's not okay. So it's not a great example, but
Oh, yeah.
it's.
then-
I
What
think.
happened to all the houses?
The houses
I
are
don't know.
now.
So the real answer is that I haven't written an experiment plan and conducted that as Apophis, but I, as a Godbound of knowledge and that stuff,
Shoot.
like sort of
Thanks.
understand this stuff.
Yeah, because
Which-
Gurgle's just trying to understand like how the conclusion was arrived at. Like Gurgle's all for admitting that
Yeah.
the world is fucked if he understands it's fucked.
No, I totally understand, and I am like
And so being
my engineer brain is frustrated because I have not like designed the experiments that I can describe. I just sort of have to be like I'm God.
For sure.
Like I'm at least a little bit God, and my little bit of God is telling me this is what it is.
Okay.
But
Gurgle's
I
look at
also
you
I
and
love
be
the
like, "You
idea
too?"
that like part of the reason you're having this difficulty is because the process of doing that is literally what like cutting edge physicists and things are doing, trying to test like fundamental laws of reality on a
Yeah.
day-to-day basis.
So
And you're trying to do that when like the current pinnacle of technology is like the water wheel.
Yeah.
I'd say airships are a pinnacle of technology.
That's fucking true.
So the two of you, and Bhaskar is going to point at Chip and Apophis,
Yeah.
are proposing instead to just make do with what's wrong instead of trying to bring it back to before Bixian shattered.
That is all I have asserted to this point is that what is happening here in Kaznia is more representative of reality as it stands than it is.
Is it
Then
wrong for a river
any-
to carve a valley?
I am making a descriptive statement rather than a normative statement.
Onyx.
I am not saying whether something should be one way or the other. I am just saying one is, and one is a deception.
One is, one used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's wrong so much as it is just yeah, like
It's not wrong because wrong is assigning like some kind of moral
yeah. It's
weight to it.
It's no more wrong than a river carving out a valley between two hills. The valley's new and it didn't used to be here, but Fault's
it's
not the
wrong.
right word for what the river did.
Fine.
It's just reality is what the river did.
Things move.
It's not pi's fault that pi equals 3.14159 whatever.
We can't prove that.
Freaking.
What do you mean? That
He's saying we can't prove that it's not Pi's fault.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was saying we can't prove what pi is, and I love
Yeah,
that. I now love the idea of like we go and do the experiment here, and like pi is like 3.16 or something.
It's the engineer's pi. It's just roughly 3.
I saw a little bit of a sidetrack. I saw a visual representation of what pi looks like, and it fucking
It's
shattered my brain.
Super good, isn't it? I've seen that before too.
Yeah, it was so
Wait,
well
what is
done.
it?
It's like
let
going
me-
in a circle
Yeah,
or looping.
it's. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll post it in the chat as a side
Yeah,
note. But
I'll look into that later. But
Oh, that is
I,
cool looking.
as a
Mhm.
player, am still trying to figure out how much the people of this world know about pre-physics.
the same. If I could compare it to anything, the same way you would know about like Mesopotamia.
Okay.
You know it happened. You know it was a thing, and you know it had a lot of influence. But things are inevitably lost to time.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
it's in the books, but you have to find the right account, and it's not in every book. It's not what would be considered common knowledge.
All right. I'm definitely gonna have to have a side conversation with you
Of course.
eventually. Later.
Of course.
I assume that we're all finally getting back to the airship.
Yeah, I would assume I would assume you had this chat in the airship. If not, you're all fucking stupid. But
I mean, don't test our levels of stupidity.
I'm assuming
everything's backwards here.
Yeah.
Please don't.
I'm gonna pull Bhaskara into a side room.
Okay.
Can I trust you to help me fix reality?
Now questioning the definition of fix, but I will do what I can.
Put things back to as good as it was before Bixian exploded. As much as we can.
I think I know where this is going. Is this a side channel thing?
Doesn't have to be.
Uh,
We're just in a side room.
No, I think I know what you're about to ask is where I'm going.
I'm actually not going to ask anything. What, Andy?
I was gonna say in character, do we even confidently know what before was to know if it's better? And better for
Well,
who?
That is an excellent point. We can probably draw information based off of other worlds if we find any. And we can ask the Archangel Samael what the world was like. Because he would know. He was there.
Alright. Just as long as when we leave this place, we find a good supply of regular alcohol to bring back.
I can probably have us derailed back to Southern Dratho to pick up some proper alcohol. Actually,
you have some with you. Yeah, you have alcohol with you.
No, I was gonna ask it if I have a arcane connection for Morris and be like, "Hey, do you know where I can pick up some good alcohol on the frontiers?"
You don't, but you could probably drop by and get that real quick.
Yes, because Bhaskara needs the good shit.
Yeah, let's do this off screen because this was a worthy tangent. I did want to do this, just didn't know it would take as long as it did. That you explored the town a bit. But yeah, we can say off screen you got a connection from Morrison, you got a good supply.
Excellent.
Wait, I get an arcane connection too?
He has no reason to say no.
Excellent.
I thought you meant connection like business connection.
Oh, we've already had that.
Yeah, Morris has no good reason to say no to that, so he wouldn't say no.
Noted.
My phone. There it is.
But all right, to keep things moving. And this is very much a game of side chats, and I apologize for that. There should be at most one more, unless y'all trigger something.
Well,
So,
I had a side chat at the end of the game, but
of course. Well, 2 more. Then, as you all go into, as you all go into the airship, this is actually a very, very important question.
Mhm.
For the island, where are you approaching it from? Are you approaching it from the south? Are you approaching it from the east, the west, or are you looping all the way around to the north?
however my
We.
priests fly us.
Which of the colors is the seed?
Ah, of course. The seed is kind of like between them, if that makes sense. It's the
Got it.
purple one. It's the purple one.
Okay.
These were the last locations. Like these might have changed. I want to put this clear. Make this clear. This is where they were.
Is where they were. Well, then, Boscar's vote would be to land here and like follow the river in.
Okay. So sort of between follow the river in. Okay. That's sort of between the south and east. Good to know.
That's Boscar's vote.
Daniel will side with Pascara as the only person who made reasonable sense in the last 24 hours.
All right. If I hear nothing else, I'm going to assume everyone concedes that point.
Might as well.
All right.
It's fine.
Okay,
So-
you guys have
A second.
What?
Somewhat. All right. I've been up since 5. I am exhausted.
Yep.
So I'm going to bed because otherwise I'm gonna fall asleep
Okay.
during session.
Okay.
I'll let you know what you miss. It's gonna continue a bit, but I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me know. I'm fucking exhausted. So
It's
I
all
get it.
good. Get some rest.
yeah.
Have a good night.
Good
All
night.
right. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
All right. So let's move back to the
Ugh. Can I
let's
swim? You want
let's
to be out
move
here?
back to
You want to be
the
in there or in whatever you want? That's what you want.
You can stay here with me.
You want to stay out here?
You're looking DD.
there we
Wanna stay
go.
out here?
So
And mute my chat.
So, as you all are going to, go through Apophis, you
Yep.
need to sleep, correct?
Yes.
And we have
Oh,
to.
damn, I'm also back in the sleeping club.
Yep. And we have me and Trevor discussed this before. For his visions, I think it'd be very fun if he had to describe them in his own words.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do that. And
We're gonna
Apophis,
grip it and rip it.
as all right, this facilitates a music change. Let's see what this one's like. This is good. This works. So, Apophis,
Mm-hmm.
as you drift to sleep, you feel chains wrapping around you. And then you come face to face with what looks to be a vibrant meadow.
Mm-hmm.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Yes, that the pie video makes my head hurt.
I mean,
It does, but at the same time, it makes a lot of sense.
Ugh.
I mean, the only thing it's really showing is the fact that pi is irrational. That's
Yeah.
not how pi is calculated.
No.
No,
It's just pretty.
there is that, yeah. But still,
Alright,
it does a
Derek-
good job of explaining to lay people like the irrationality of it.
Derek, the TikTok I posted on Bunga is exactly what you need.
What?
I posted a TikTok in Unga Bunga. It's what Daniel needs. And I'm genuinely considering working this into my homebrew.
Buddy boy. Yeah, it's gradually just gonna fill the entirety of the circle with circle. It's pretty.
Office wakes suddenly.
Here, give it a second, Robert.
Okay.
Yeah, your thing needs a second to
Of course.
reestablish.
Apophis awakes suddenly in a cold sweat.
Oh, my word! I've. Hold on, I was about to say I've never experienced something like that, but Apophis has seen a lot of shit. That is worse than usual. I'm gonna sort of walk outside and be like, my friends,
Who would be awake?
what the?
I would. I think only me and Miles are sleepless beings.
It's true.
Probably.
I think everyone else needs to sleep, so mini session, mini talk.
Mm.
All right.
All right, I'm just gonna be like, I just had the most curious dreams, but I'm not. What the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah, Gurgle also doesn't need to sleep. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my
Gurgle's
roommates are also
gurgling.
losing their minds.
As they do.
Happens when
But-
we lose reality.
Yep. But I'll walk out and be like, I had the most peculiar vision. Whether it was dream or divination, I don't think I could tell. However, I tend rarely to have idle dreams. I was surrounded by a rose garden of such tranquility that could not be rivaled. When suddenly I was on all sides assaulted by a great wilting of the flowers. It rushed inwards upon me, and yet I made no move to avoid it. And then there was an interruption in my dream, and I found myself chasing after the retreating edge of the rod itself. I found no solace in the restoration of the beautiful garden. I found myself only chasing that which appeared so rotten and gone and wrong. I can't conceive of it properly in my mind. Are we to chase that which appears so on its face wrong?
I'm afraid I'm more concerned about the fact that you saw a vision of the rot. Is it communicating with you now?
I should clarify.
It-
Rot is not the disease.
Yeah, no, this is literally the phenomena of I was in a meadow. The meadow started like rotting or wilting like radially inwards towards me, and then
Yeah,
my
I
dream
was-
like smash cut, and I'm chasing after it as it retreats, leaving healthy plants in its wake.
Yeah, I was not referring to like the rot from the corpse world. I was referring to whatever's at the South Pole.
No, this is not.
This is like the natural process of rot, is what he's
Yeah.
describing.
But just fast.
Yeah.
So when you were chasing the rot, it was undoing the decay, or this is Derek?
Yeah,
Confused.
yeah. No, it was basically the rot was retreating, leaving healthy plants in its wake, and I, as Apophis, was chasing after it.
Okay. There's a few ways to interpret that. One of them is that it's a cycle of death and rebirth.
I struggle to grasp that metaphor, considering it means that I would be chasing death.
I mean, we all fight death eventually. Death typically chases us. Why can't we chase death?
I think
I
I-
believe that you are making assumptions about my state of mind that are not appropriate.
I would like to say that
So you're the
given
one
this,
having visions of rotten rose fields.
Just
I'm
because I'm
afraid-
irrepressible thoughts of death, Barbie, does not mean I'm suicidal, Barbie.
I would say
Desk Barbie?
I would say at this point the rest of you could wake up because of this argument if you need to sleep.
What if Gurgle wants to be kind to his friends and like let them sleep?
I mean, we're able to wake up regardless.
True.
Let's take this to the top deck.
Puts a pillow over your head, like, no, go to sleep.
Gurgle the killer.
In a way.
But no, I think that what the dream meant might maybe be the thing that chasing after with the rot is the way that things used to be. That's why it was receding away, and the way that and it's leaving healthy in the way that it in the wake of itself now that it's off.
My brain hurts.
Yeah, I don't follow.
In the dream, it started as you sitting in a like rotty wilted field, right?
No, I was in a healthy field.
Wait, where did the rot happen then?
The rot came
From the
in
edges
and
coming in. Picture a circle. The circle's all green and happy.
Okay.
Radially from the perimeter, the rot
Okay.
came in, and then
Were you outside of the field and running in?
No, I'm in the center of the field, enjoying it. When the rot's coming in, I'm not moving, and then there's a smash cut in my dream to where the rot is retreating, leaving the healthy flowers in its wake, and I'm running, chasing after the rot, like trying to catch it.
Oh, okay. I missed the pre-smash cut part of it.
I see.
What if the rot was Bixian dying and things are just healthy again, or becoming healthy again?
I mean, didn't we say that the world is backwards? So could you have seen it backwards?
I am not one to believe myself to have seen it out of order.
Because the rot went whoomp and then it de-whoomped. So it was a bad thing that happened and then it stopped happening and things are okay again at the end.
But it seemed that I was chasing after what was quote unquote wrong in the first place.
Yeah, we had to chase away the damage.
That was not the.
No.
I am chasing, trying to reach for it. It seemed as though it was a yearning chase, not a go on and get chase.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So, Dream, you wanted the rot?
That appears to be the case.
My core duo over brain is overloading.
Hello, Kitty baby.
I was looking at a different screen. I meant to move myself out. My bad. Maybe you chasing after the rot in your dream is chasing after pieces of Bixian. In theory, Bixian dying is what messed things up. It killed all the flowers. And you
It would seem that
resembling Bixian might bring the flowers back.
my evaluation of it is that where previously there was this seemingly idyllic scenario, after the fall of Bixian, things have changed in the way that we've described in Casnia. And if this is the vision of the future, I apparently have come down on the decision that this change is desirable, and I chase after it for the preservation of such.
Robert,
Yep. What?
can I use an apprentice spell from the Academy of Thought? Sense the surface emotions of a subject. Can I sense Apophis?
Is there any saves or anything associated with that?
It's low
let me
magic
see.
versus a worthy foe. I'm going to assume he would get a save against it.
Yeah, I would call it spirit save then.
Alright. It doesn't actually specify that, so I don't think I would get it necessarily.
It's in the very bottom text of the Academy of Thought. Lesser foes get no saving throw against their spells, but worthy enemies may make a spirit save to resist.
Okay, there we go.
Do you also take the like damage or all that associated with rapid? You're gonna get a long rest anyway. Actually, don't worry about it.
Yep.
Asking permission, or are you just meddling?
So it's hard to gauge. It's hard to gauge thoughts. His mind seems to be a fortress.
You see in there, and there's just a giant door of like iron slats with an eye in it.
Okay, this just gave me a freaking stupid mental image of like, because I've got an invincible defense against mental shenanigans. I was just imagining like he goes to look into my mind and it's just one of those clapping cymbal monkeys, and then it just turns and claps him and back.
That's a great image.
Oh, fuck me.
Either way, has everyone discussed everything, or should we?
Yeah.
I think I didn't
Probably.
have any weird prophetic dreams, so
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I assume after that discussion, you all get back to sleep, and after some travel time in the morning. I know it's not exact because of how journeying works, but we're just gonna, in the morning.
Has it been a day?
You spend a lot of the day, a day like uninterrupted in the ship, or a day total?
In the ship.
No, absolutely not. Journeying is a very good word in that sense.
About how long were we in the ship?
Let's find out. Let me pull up the map.
Also, Bray, check Godbound text.
I did.
I would assume you slept right before you left, and you could actually theoretically make it to the place and as you're doing it through the ship. Does journeying apply to vehicles? It does, doesn't it?
That's how you've ruled it so far.
I'm going
but he does have an ability that lets him move entire armies, so
let's just say he's doing that. Like, you wouldn't have had enough time for a long rest, but let's say you spent some time just, you waited a bit before, in Kaznia, just because if you want to burn a day, nothing will be of consequence in that. And then, you had it scheduled so you'd wake up at the island, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because journeying lets you do shit like that. So, the full day in the ship, no, it'd be closer to 2.5 hours, but,
Because there is one spell I really want before we fuck around in this place.
You can easily burn a day in this place.
Burn a day.
Well, I meant in the island, but
I don't care where we burn it. If it's in that Casnia or the island, I don't care where.
Well, let's get to the island. I want to get to the island. It's
Yeah.
so. You said you want to go through the river, right?
Up the river and
Well,
through
I
the
was
woods to Grandma's
Through the
house.
river and over the
up to
woods.
that
Oh God, there we
little,
go.
up to that delta, and then following alongside the river up to
course.
the last known location.
Okay.
Why is it a map data?
All right. Well, let me move y'all over to a different map because we're going to be in a different area. Can I? All right. Can you see anything, or is it just a map? Because I have some things in GM layer.
I see a red line.
Yep.
Where?
Right
On the river and the mountain.
Right there.
In the center of the continent.
Out of all the lines, there's a bunch of lines here. It's weird that's the one y'all can see, but that's fine. No, that's fine. I wanted them to be hidden anyway, but you already know the lines here. You'll just have to determine what it is.
Lava.
So,
Super Megadeth.
so as you all approach the river, you see, on it, you all wake up to see this island with. You see two halves of it. On the left half, there seems to be an endless, a bunch of plains, and the territory around here all seems to be samey. But you got some plains, and on the left side of the river, you got some people in. Is it? Well, you have two sides. You have the left side, the right side, and straight forward. If someone, I'll let two people do this. Pick a direction and then roll me a wisdom. Say check for perception. See what you
Right,
see.
always right.
Okay, right. Can I have a Viscara? All right, side it looks immaculate. You see what looks to be a bit of smoke in the distance from what you can only assume is a town, and as well as, but beyond that, to the right, the area looks beautiful. It's a bit untouched by. It looks untouched by, war, conflict. Just, it's very easy to feel at ease here. Just, it seems to be autumn in the island as everything just has this serene sense of calm to your right.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
You see this, but you see what looks to be a village, and you see some people on this side of the river just fishing, whatnot. Anyone else want to check?
I did notice that there were two
Wisdom?
of us.
Are there two?
Yeah. There's a batch of us down here and a
whoops.
batch of us. Yep.
There you go. All right, which direction are you checking, Daniel?
People word.
So right?
The options were right, left, and forward.
Yeah, like right, left,
forward then.
The river seems to wind through a bunch of things. This river seems to wind through, and it seems to be rather rapid, as you can see it. There's a bunch of hills and whatnot just mount along the side of the river, and it seems to be, it seems that if this place was to be divided in territories, this river would be how it would be determined. As you don't imagine there being efficient travel between the two sides of the river.
Remember, we need to find that dragon asshole who has the shard so we can claim the shard and his territory as payment for things.
But as you all are marching through, the smoke and the bustling gets more and more visible as you see what looks to be a hamlet below you to the right. What will you do?
Hamlet. What is a hamlet?
Small village.
Small village.
Thank you. Is the village on fire or?
No, it has a wooden wall, and it appears. Let's see. It says like this is the village is on the river as far as you can. Oh, actually, I misspoke a bit. This village, you would actually, this would be like right at the edge of. Yeah, it would be right on the side of the river with a smaller river coming out of it through the middle. There's the large rapid river that's moving quickly.
Right there.
I'm sorry, I'm on a separate layer.
Oh,
Let me.
gotcha.
I'm sure it was right there, but do point it out, please.
Right there.
It's like right here.
A little down. Okay.
It's like the smaller river isn't on the map, but like only the major rivers only the major rivers are on the map. And there's the very large, very rapid river to the left of it, and then to the right, it's a smaller one that just sort of deltas off. And you see some people just sort of coming outside to look at the airship and waving, observing. It seems they have noticed, but they're not taking any step.
And this is the pristine, idyllic village. Yes.
It is on the side that looked quite nice. That's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I still don't trust that shit.
Should we swing by and get information on the area, or just mind our business?
We're searching for something on this island. Somebody here may have information.
Yeah.
That is an excellent point. Dave, can you take us around?
On it. As the ship starts descending and circles around, so you can dock slightly outside of town. I've got a big map for you prepared. This is what I actually wanted to get to. This has multiple layers. It's a big boy map.
Ooh.
And there's actually a lot here. So I'm going to assume Pancake's staying in the ship unless I hear otherwise, so.
Yes, Pancake stays with the priest unless otherwise stated.
Okay, Zoya will be here just because Zoya is, the first in the list. Let me just drag everyone in here. And this also facilitates a music change because this place is quite nice.
So yeah, keep an eye on the ship.
Where's Nice Day? I know Nice Day was in here.
I miss Nice Day.
Very nice.
It's somewhere in here. Here it is. Yeah, Nice Day. I still have the Nice Day song. For when you did that shopping session.
I remember.
Yep.
Daniel had brunch with his dog while taking him for a walk.
Oh, I found a potential issue with the activation thing.
Activation?
Or not activation, with the folders.
What folders?
The map folders.
Oh god, already?
Yeah. Yes, like it does. I'm trying to put a thing in a folder. The good news is I can have separate people on separate maps. The bad news is how the fuck do I put y'all on a map in a folder? Fucking hell, that's annoying as shit.
Don't even...
I'm just gonna... Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drag the map out so y'all can see it on the... Okay, so the folders suck for now, or maybe I don't know how to use them. Who cares? Town.
That is all of 3 pixels.
There we go. There's the pixels.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, all right. Yep.
Yeah, and as you do, one of the guards just sort of at the top just sort of waves to it. It's like, fancy ship you've got. Can't say I've ever seen one.
Thank you. What can we call this fine village or town? My apologies.
Name's Haven.
That is concerning.
So incredibly
Picturesque place
suspicious.
in a. We were previously informed that this is a war-torn island, a place called the Haven, and picture perfect. This is a trap.
Mhm.
Do you say that out loud?
Oh fuck no.
No.
It's like, there's. Well, I don't know how long you're staying in here, but feel free. And he just sort of gets back to his duties.
In a quiet voice between the group, I'm gonna ask, does anyone else find this a bit suspicious?
Oh yeah, we don't got whisper magic no more.
No.
Yes. Daniel's gonna walk inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well done.
Freaking don't got whisper magic.
I'll walk in.
Yeah, the closest thing to whisper magic we have is my
Is
low
whispering?
range mental magic, and that hurts me to use.
Oh, good.
How about this song? This is a funky song. Why not?
Little kitty.
So you go through and you see a bunch of buildings and the like. And you see just multiple people walking around doing their own things.
Is this town supposed to have active lighting?
Yes.
Okay.
There are taller buildings, I'm guessing, that are obstructing things. Or that's just the interiors of buildings that we're not supposed to see.
Interiors. There's windows and stuff. You can try to walk up to a building and see what's there, but if in general, if it's not blocked off, it can be considered a house or something.
Oh, so I'm just going up to somebody's house. Okay.
Yeah, Bascara, to your left, you would. Oh, never mind. You're moving too fast.
Sorry.
Whee!
It's okay. But you know, up
I
here
would have
you would.
been looking at each building slowly.
Yeah, to the right here, you would have
Mhm.
seen like what looks to be, a bunch of. You see what looks to, a sign that says close and the like, and to the left you see a sign. Just hold on. Let me just. You see the sign to the left that says High Rose General Store.
Oh, I want to go there.
Oh, jeez.
It's... Hey, that thing we discussed earlier about covert roles for things, so I'm not making it obvious.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do one of those.
Knock, knock.
Oh, is that public? That's invalid then.
It sure was.
How do I break and enter? There it is. There's a door.
Yep, and
Why are you
I
trying to
see.
break it up?
So you said that, and wait, you open this. Yeah, you open it. It's like, oh yes, come in, as you hear someone just moving along. Or wait, no, I fucked up. This is not the general store. This is the smithy.
Oh.
But yeah,
I have no
I
need
was
for
zoomed
weaponry.
too. I was too zoomed in. But it's like, yeah. So pretend this was always like blacksmith and like carpenter, like just general workshop. Like you,
Great.
as you're approaching, do you need any like construction materials? You're saw you came in on a fancy looking ship. It's all up to snuff.
I'd certainly hope so, considering Chip.
Yeah. I'm good at fixing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what are the rest of y'all doing? You just going along with them?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
along with them.
Much.
Okay.
Daniel's
Yep.
looking for either bookstore, magic store, or general goods.
Well, general goods. You would see a sign across the river that says High Rose general store, and
I was
you know,
also looking for a bookstore or library.
for that, the biggest standout building-wise would definitely be this one to the right here. It has a bunch of people going in. Nope, that is autoplay is doing Persona music. Okay,
Across the river.
yeah. Across the river and to the right, you see a lot of people going into and out of it. It looks like a tower almost with some, with a bunch of separate things. And
Knock,
in
knock.
this one, you see a bustling, a bustling place, bunch of people going in. It's like, well, welcome to Towers Inn. What can I do you for?
Looking for a place that sells books.
Books? What kind of books?
General knowledge or magic.
General knowledge or magic.
I'm
Or you could-
looking for history myself.
Oh, history. Well, I don't. You could go to the general store. There's some of that around. If you're looking for more, but I'm not sure how much unique things they would have. If you want details or something, specialized, I know Adam has a lot of those. He's a town doctor.
Let's see. Where can I find Adam?
Oh, he works at the infirmary. He's it's a bit north of here. You can't miss it.
Thank you so much.
And
I tip him some money.
like, oh well, of course. And in this, you also see what looks to be a younger man with a rather ornate looking sword, just sitting there enjoying a drink.
This guy? Oh,
Yep.
Ping. Hello, Ping. There we go. That one.
Yep. And I don't like that that it's hard to mess with the GM layer now. They've changed everything. I don't like it.
It's
Roll it back. Set it
different.
on fire.
I want to just grab GM tokens. It's not letting me. See.
I forgot that I promised to check on a work thing,
Ooh.
so I'm gonna check on that.
All right. Well, okay. So if y'all are steamrolling this, that's fine. But yeah, there's a
Steamroll
lot.
What?
I meant
Nobody else
like
is interacting.
no one is interacting. No one's doing
No.
shit.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
I was following along with Daniel to the store happenings.
Yeah.
Well, we just
The
entered that
tower.
in place, and Robert has done a story hook, but it's not what Daniel's interested in.
Yeah.
I'll bite.
Okay. All right.
You
So
could probably bring up something about how well crafted that sword is, Bray.
Oh yeah, there's the sword guy.
Yeah, come
I'm
on
shocked
in.
that Semmelix doesn't have something to say about Mr. Swordy's sword, McSword.
I think he's
I don't know.
he's checked out.
I'm just along for the ride, so
If it's unaddressed, it's unaddressed. I've done what I
Yeah.
can.
It's not the sword that the one guy in
Yes.
the dojo was talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Meanwhile, the figure,
oh yeah, you were
meanwhile the
asking
figure
for-
just
Isn't
says, approaches it. Well, I better get going. A pleasure. And he tips it and starts walking out.
Is that not the sword that they were talking about, Miles?
wait, the guy
The
from
sword
earlier?
guy.
From the
Yeah.
they were talking
Excuse
about
me.
the dojo guy, the master of the sword of.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Just a moment. Are you? What?
Yes?
That is a beautiful blade right there. May I ask about its origin, or perhaps some of your story, stranger?
Well, I'm more than happy to share stories, but that's quite a long one. Tell you what, I just left, but I'm good for some more stories. Come, there's a really nice tavern over here.
Tavern. I was right to let Miles engage with the thing. It was Miles' thing. This is-
I was gonna ask as I passed to the bar, would he have looked up or anything? But never mind.
Oh,
Semlix is gazing lovingly at his keyblade and doesn't notice anything else until he smells a fight. And
I
then
mean,
he's
I
like,
couldn't think of any reason that Bhaskar would walk up to this random dude in a tavern.
Yeah, look, Cheats, I'm just here for the fight. You don't gotta justify it.
well, I think this guy is gonna. I don't know.
oh. I mean, if
Did
if there's,
y'all come in with him?
he just sort of looks around confused. It's like, huh. Well, can't find them all, I suppose.
What's going on?
Move your
Oh my
token
God.
into
The guy.
the inn.
I'm just not
That
on
is
roll
the general
20
goods
because I'm
store.
gathering some stuff for work right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
I
if-
can barely see which rooms are which, so
Go
I don't
back.
know.
Follow Sir back.
Okay.
Upon seeing Semblix enter, I'll mosey on over too.
Like, oh, excuse me.
Oh,
It would help if I knew what people were actually doing.
I want to go to the infirmary.
So I'm just chilling here, I guess, talking to this guy.
I
Here it is.
At
Miles.
at the dojo, somebody told you about a guy came through with a fancy sword who was talking about a keyblade. This is the sir with
Yeah.
the key talking about the
A fancy
keyblade.
sword.
Right. So, like,
He's
you
like,
said
I've heard you.
like, you were, like, you passed through Cosnia, right?
God, we're
It's
just
talking-
stalking him now, okay?
I was like,
Yeah.
he looks.
Stop. We have questions.
He's going
Do you
to
have
look
any?
you
Do you have any right to stop me? No, but stop.
as you mention that he's going to sort of eye you up and down. I assume you're not hiding the keyblade.
Well, I don't have it out. It's not summoned.
Okay, so it's not visible then. Okay, it's like say, I suppose I travel a lot of places. If it's quite all right, I don't always remember the names of everywhere I go. It's I probably
Okay.
pass by there. Whereabouts is it?
It's
Wish
in
I
the
was in that
mainland.
room before.
You stopped by one of the dojo there.
Oh, yes. I remember the place. Were you from there? It's sorry if I didn't don't recognize you. I met a lot there.
One of
That's
the
fine.
leaders
We
that
weren't
doesn't
there,
lead.
but technically I'm one of the guys who runs it. Technically.
Ooh,
I say
oh,
technically.
God!
I say technically. I say technically. I mostly just waltz in and apparently things happen.
You are the god who created it, and you're like, well, I'm kind of involved.
Oh dear God! He just realized, yeah, we're sovereign leaders of a foreign nation. How do you do?
yeah, it's like
My name's Barack Obama. I'm a little bit the
Uh,
president of the United
yeah.
States.
but he looks
And,
much toward his face. Well, okay. So you are from there. Are you okay? I believe we have a lot to discuss then. Come. Sit with me.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
It's like, hey, he's gonna look at the only ones I see who actually went in there.
I haven't moved
No.
my token because I'm not on roll 20 at the moment.
Would you be with
Yeah, I've got no reason not to be.
I am not from the land that he is in charge of, but I'm traveling with him at the moment. Do you mind if I join?
Oh, not at all. A pleasure. My name is Askia, but a lot of people call me different titles. The one a lot of people tend to go is Blade of Kafan, but Askia's fine. Just whatever.
Mind if I ask how you got such an illustrious title?
Of course, it's well. Essentially, what was happening is I've been traveling for quite some time, hunting beasts that don't exactly behave nice with people. I was born in this mountain town, and didn't really have much to look after me after my parents died at a young age, and found my own way, so to speak. Took on a job from a Rogum family, moving around for a while. Roamed around a good amount. One of my a very good friend of mine actually gave me this sword as he looks at this. And based on the mountain range I was from, the Kefan Mountains, they just eventually went to calling me the Blade of Kefan after I go slayed whatever is troubling the people, and eventually the name just stuck.
Well, fair enough. If you don't mind me asking, I talked with some of the folks who mostly work at the dojo. They said you were, like, studying others' forms of blades and things of that nature?
Yes. There's a couple. There's one of my passing interests, I suppose. I spent a lot of, as I've been wandering, is going to look around. Well, I guess there's no law here. Okay, I might have snuck into the Restless Borderlands more than once, and I found a bunch of mentions of this blade that's a key, oddly enough.
Did
And
it say anything specific about it, or?
this is facilitating a music change, so. Up to, let's see.
It said darkness, darkness, light, darkness, keyblade, darkness, darkness.
Yeah. Mhm.
The forces of these are unmatched.
Okay.
Now beware the dark bees. They're especially stabby.
All right, and he's going to. Well, essentially, it said a lot of things. Apparently, they travel here through night roads. They come every now and again, and they seem to be. Actually, no. I should start by asking, what is your interest in this?
I'm trying to debate whether or not I should, like, just...
Monologue at him again?
I mean, right. Or, like, just show off the keyblade or something like that.
Monologue about friendship.
So you already revealed
Friendship, Keyblade, something light friendship.
You already revealed that you're the leader of that dojo and possibly a sovereign lord. What many more secrets do we have from him?
Fair enough. So I'll just, like, hold out my hand and summon the keyblade normally.
It's like his eyes go like, great.
Wait.
Mind if I take a look?
Keyblade!
Thank you.
I'll return the... Do you mind if I just look it over? I know. He just wants to, he just starts to move a bit closer. He's not trying to grab it or anything. He just wants to
Sure.
move closer.
I'll still hold it, but I'll, like, hold it forward for him to look at.
I was like, say, interesting. And where did you get it? Where's it from? I've heard a lot of accounts. I've read a lot of accounts of this, and it's rather mixed, if you understand.
I'll desummon my keyblade. Well, the thing is, the keyblade's role in other universes is kinda funky. So, short version is the keyblade kind of transcends universes to a degree, and it seems like depending on each branch, it might operate differently. Like, in some cases, it might be super crazy powerful. In some cases, it might be restricted. But in terms of how I got it, it was bequeathed to me by an old master back in my world, and then my heart proved strong enough, and I was able to wield it when I came of age.
Question: you mentioned old world. Is this old world still around? I
It's still
apologize.
around. It's still
Okay.
around. I'm just visiting here.
Oh, okay. One of the you a traveler through a night roads then. Interesting.
Yeah, we like night roads here in other worlds. I know them as like corridors of darkness, or sometimes even just gateways and things like that. It all depends on the world.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll share what I know. As far as it goes, it seems there's a lot of people with those blades have been popping up at different points in history. They usually find themselves in positions, but they don't. You typically broadcast their swords as those that did make them a target. But if you were to go into any sort of ruin or artifacts, you're bound to find a few. As an example, in the Restless Borderlands, before I believe his name was Pseudo, before he took over, the ruler of that place had one.
The previous ruler of Pseudo was a Keyblade wielder?
Previous ruler of the Borderlands, at least.
Huh.
There's a difference between a wielder and just having possession of one, though, yes?
I suppose.
No. The Keyblade is really picky about who can use it. Like,
That's what I'm saying. They may not have been able to use it. It may have just been hanging up on a wall somewhere.
Well, it kind of depends on like at what state the Keyblade was in. They're like I said, like even if their original wielder's dead, they're usually pretty picky about if a heart can pick them up or not.
Does that mean that Mario's a Keyblade wielder?
Technically, no, because Sakurai talked about this actually. Because
we are not going to have this conversation. Actually,
okay.
Right
Short
now.
version is short version. Originally in the trailer, Mario was going to pick up the Keyblade and use it, but because of Kingdom Hearts lore, that wouldn't work. So Sakurai said, like, okay, the Keyblade transformed into fire. Mario can control fire, and that's how he summoned Sora.
I love that Chris has been given consideration either way.
Of course.
So it's like, but yes, another one that actually points. Another one. There's apparently one of the old rulers of Beast Kingdom, as it was, but this one was from long, long ago, much less recent.
Yeah, it seems like each world seems to operate on its own time axis, so it's hard to say when some of these wielders might have potentially come here, because if like there's a lot of like scattered records about this world back in my home, so it could stand the reason that the ancient masters potentially visited here, but then if this world spun on a different time rotation than back home for me. Short version is space was warped and time is bendable.
Gee.
And this world's time is broken. We know this.
Yeah.
That is true. Well, you've been very transparent with me. I'll be transparent with you. I'm interested in it for its ability to sort of its ability to travel, and the wielder's ability to travel through worlds with relative ease. That's given the state of everything. Travel might be a good alternative, I suppose.
It could help. But, again, like I said, they're pretty picky. So, it's entirely possible your heart has the strength to wield it. It might not. I've known a few people who grew up around Keyblades, but their heart never really reached that point in which they were able to wield one of their own.
Interesting. And does it just choose you just out of random, or do you have to find it and then it accepts you?
It kind of depends. There have been some stories of Keyblades just finding their masters. Ancient lore speaks of the original blade that's sort of a connecting force to the most powerful entity in our universe, and all of their blades were forged in its image. Like, some were forged to be handed down, some were bequeathed to others, some were formed as correlations between different worlds, like as a sort of protector. It kind of depends on what the world needs and what the Keyblade thinks it needs to be. The most common form amongst people amongst my profession is that a Keyblade is bequeathed, and then you take the Keyblade, you learn it, and then if you ascend to the rank of Master, like I did, you forge your own Keyblade, because as every Keyblade Master is bequeathed a Keyblade of their very own.
I see. I see. Well, final question. I hope you don't mind, and you don't have to answer this, of course. Those who wield it, in general, I found they tend to be divinities. Is the divinity come from the blade, or is it just divinities have a tendency to have it, so to speak?
Like, you mean in terms of like the people who become gods in this world? Like somebody who wields it essentially becomes a god here or something like that?
I suppose that's, if that's how you interpret it, it's more...
Yeah, because Sorry, go ahead.
No, he's... But,
no, go ahead.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is a lot of the accounts I've seen, you have them performing great feats with it, and a lot of those feats weren't necessarily attributed to the blade, rather divinity. And I'm trying to figure out if it was misplaced or if they're sort of part and parcel.
I think it kind of ties back into the rules of the world and how things work, because something weird that I found amongst like this whole journey, like when everybody like Godbounds in this world are essentially anointed to become future gods themselves, right? Am I not, I'm understanding that right?
That is the intent, but I don't think anyone's actually fully ascended yet.
True. But the thing is, the ascension part of it, for these folks, would make them gods. For me, it would just get me back to normal.
So you're saying... You're saying the blade is lesser here?
Yeah, it's a part of the rules of the world, because sometimes a world's laws might be different. I have vague memories, but when I first came here, I could have sworn I heard a voice that asked me, was I willing to accept limitations of power for the greater good or for the sake of the world? I said yes, and I think that's what allowed me to keep my Keyblade, but not necessarily have all the powers that I'm used to.
He's gonna...
That gasp.
Yeah. He's gonna sit and contemplate for a sec. But... Question. For this... If when you entered, a being asked you if you were worthy of it, who was that being? Do you have any clues? Because...
Not sure. Honestly, that memory is kind of fragmented. Like, I know I came here, and then I landed and met these guys, and the in-between is kind of fuzzy, if I'm being honest.
You know if you came here by choice?
Oh, I absolutely came here by choice. But the power scaling stuff, that part's funky.
And this one who spoke to you, did they ever encounter you again? Did they ever meet you again, or did they just say it and then leave? Because...
Not to my knowledge. For all I know, this is some sort of extension of an arbiter of some kind that sort of watches over the world and decrees how the scaling of abilities work. Or for all I know, it could be somebody else from some other world that's trying to keep things fair and organized. I don't know.
Well, the old arbiters are dead, as far as I know, so... Who
Well,
knows?
the Arbiter's here, maybe, but I've met some others in other worlds.
Fair enough. Well, but
To answer your general question in terms of, like... You asked a question about divinity and the power of the Keyblade, right?
more if they relate and how they relate. Yes.
Yeah. Usually, there is a correlation between receiving a Keyblade and gaining the power, but there have been some wielders that have managed to master certain magics before gaining access to the Keyblade itself. It all depends on just your experience and my history.
I see. Well, if you don't mind, I would actually like to see it in action if that's something you're willing to do. I have some things I need to do on this island, but I should be able to help out. In the sake of a fight, I definitely think I'd be helpful. I didn't turn my name for nothing.
Recruitable companion?
Make him a priest.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't see any
Need
reason why
everyone to be
not,
a priest.
unless folks have objections.
Oh.
Nobody has
I
objected
mean,
to any of my
The
priests.
guy would need to be asked.
I mean, we are looking for something on the island, so if you have been here often and could show us around, that might be appreciated.
Oh no, I came here rather recently. Actually, I'm looking for something specific too. A current beast. A lot of people have escaped from this island and speak of this beast that unfathomable cruelty and a sadistic nature. But I've landed here and I am not seeing that at all. So I can only conclude I picked the wrong part of the island to land. Anyways, what are you looking for? What specifically?
I don't know if anyone told Bascara.
Daniel would have, as he would have
Right.
shared general information.
All right.
And then whatever is already in World Anvil.
Miles forgot. What were we looking for
We're here
again?
looking for
Genesis Seed
Yeah.
and
Thank you.
Talk Rock.
There are some
I don't know if we
pieces
can
in
share
play.
either of
There are
those.
some powerful pieces in play that we're trying to find to make sure they don't fall into the wrong hands.
Oh, that's always a good thing to do. It's a lot of people abuse whatever power they're given. That is just the nature of things.
Yep. It is very much the case. So, unless I hear any objections, I don't see why we don't try to go for 2 birds, 1 stone.
Of course. Another note. This monster I'm hunting, I don't believe this would cause any problems, but I should make it clear. They are a dragon. A white one, to be precise.
Okay.
As a
Sounds
reminder
like
for
we're
Miles,
hunting a
Excuse
white
me.
dragon.
Well then.
We're gonna go ahead and mark that as capital P problem.
Are you listening from way over there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
No, I've got my earbud in. I'm listening. I just heard a white dragon. And I just wanted to log that we remember that this is a problem.
I meant because your character is kind of like in another room at a different table.
Oh no.
We have
Okay.
4 chairs. What do you want a man to do?
I was just curious.
In which case, this is Trevor out of character, marking this is something we've discussed.
Gotcha.
Anyway, continue. Office is not there to interject.
All right. Well then.
And
I think if we can. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You first.
Well, I think we can mutually benefit each other. Just help take care of everything and keep moving forward at this point.
Of course. And one last thing I believe I should mention. The reason I was asking about its relationship to divinity, and I don't get me wrong, I'm not looking for, trying to lord anything over or any of that, but I happen to be one. I had not trying to get a domain or anything. I truly am happy just to wander and solve the problems. But
So is he saying he's a Godbound or a Keyblade wielder?
a Godbound.
Oh, okay.
Why would he want to see Miles' Keyblade if he has one?
He
I don't know.
doesn't.
Compare. He was like, mine does one
Well,
thing. What does
ask him,
yours
but I
do?
don't think he'll be very keen. He's already got one, you see.
But
Species.
We are all Godbound as well.
Yeah.
I know you didn't. I sort of figured from the blade, but it's good to have that confirmation. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yes, I believe as long as we might as well help each other out. I have no interest in interfering with your goals of getting your pieces, as long as you don't end up being the wrong hands, so to speak.
Fair enough.
Jesus.
I'm nowhere in that building.
I know.
So.
That was a wonderful evil
Outta here
laugh,
with your
though. 10
maniacal
out of
cackle.
10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 mad cackle.
Thank you, sir.
But yes, in the meantime, this inn has quite nice rooms, actually, like quite nice. So, oh yeah, let us share stories and just enjoy ourselves. And in the meanwhile,
sounds good to me.
In the meanwhile, because I can't take a token off of the fucking GM layer, I'm just going to spawn in a new one. So
love it.
You're approaching the infirmary, right?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. This is. Yep.
I'm currently pissed. I just spent the last 10 minutes writing a section for World Anvil. Went to copy it. It didn't copy, but I already deleted the original.
Why would you?
Why would you delete it?
Because I Control X, pasted it, and closed the Word document, and apparently it decided it didn't want to save when I told it to.
That's rough, buddy.
Control
I have
X.
no sympathy.
Yeah,
Control X is like cut. So.
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
No, I was gonna say Control X is when it becomes your own fault.
Yeah.
Yes. Thankfully, I did manage to find the unsaved file in Word because Word. Somebody at Microsoft thought smarter than me.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the first person to do this.
I can tell you firsthand, they design things to be idiot-proof. Like half of my job is coding for people who put in bad inputs. Either way.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, you come across as you all are approaching an infirmary. You see, what looks to be a bunch of cots through the windows, as well as as a door here. And this guy has his own little thing. So let me just just one moment. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Adam. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It is my pleasure.
Are you here for consultation, just visiting, or do you have something I can help with?
I was told that you're the person to speak to in terms of learning any form of magic or general history of this area.
I suppose I'm the one. Yes. I have a bit of time. Sit down with me.
Oop! I accidentally closed the door.
That's fine. That's in care. Well,
Sit down, please. No.
Why don't you take a seat? Right over there. Take a seat.
God, no! I open a night road.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like.
Interesting clasp there.
Yes. But it's like... He's like... Sure, in terms of history of this area, there's a lot I can go from there. It's, any kind of specific history?
Well, but we were told from another nation, the nation of Northern Dratho, that the Para Islands were island that was under constant warfare, but this area seems extremely calm and peaceful.
Oh,
Is there any recent history that would cause that?
and you mentioned that. It's like, you say Northwood. Oh, sorry for presuming. Do you know King Umbra?
Oh,
He hasn't
yeah.
been here in a while. He was quite a nice person.
I believe he goes by Lord Umbra now.
oh.
Oh, what happened?
He abdicated the throne. The entire issue with Southern Dratho got resolved, and he really didn't want to deal with leading a nation after everything with his father. So he abdicated the throne and is now a lord.
That's probably what's healthiest for him. It's he was last time he came here. It really did seem to weigh on him. He wanted me to help where I can, but things are quite busy here as they are.
Is there any assistance that you would require?
Now that you mention that, yes, there is a big one. Actually, no, it's too much to ask of. How? Don't take this the wrong way. How capable are you in terms of strife? I suppose.
Are we talking the powers of strife or how to deal with strife itself?
The fact you answered by asking about the powers sort of tells. Are you a Godbound? Is where I'm trying to go with this. For full transparent.
I'm going to say no, but use Academy of Thought to mentally tell him yes, and I'm here with a pantheon.
Yeah. As you say that, he just sort of smiles and says, and telepathically he asks, "Do you prefer talking this way?"
Might be best.
All right. You talked to Umbra. I'm sure he told you about me.
Yes, you have the domain of memories.
Memories isn't a domain, but I am skilled with working with them, yes.
I see.
You asked a bit about why this area was peaceful. It's by design. The state of things outside is rather dreadful, and many of the people around just can't really handle it. I wanted there to be one place. If you just wanted to live, you could.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, except that this guy will forcibly terminate anyone who attempts to war. Is what he's, by the sound of it, he's going for.
Yeah. Right. On that topic, I'm not the only god around here. There's more than a few. There are 3 others that don't quite want a peaceful place. They want things in their own ways. I don't want you to kill them. I just want them persuaded. I think convince them of their ways if possible. But if you can't, well, you tried.
Yes. I cannot guarantee everything, especially with the more fight-happy members of the Pantheon, but I will do what I can.
And did Umbra send you here?
Umbra told us about the Para Islands and also told us we won a map to a Genesis seed.
Ah, okay. Good. I'll clear things up for you. It's in my possession, but I currently am using it for something. The other Godbounds around here stop trying to destroy this haven, that is, then I won't really need it anymore. I'll be able to, make things work without it. And when that happens, it's all yours. He smiles at you warmly.
I never considered that you could use a Genesis seed that way. Brilliant. and I do say this.
It works for its function. You have to have some. It'd be a lot easier if I could just do it, but as it is right now, the Jester Seed is the only thing strong enough to have a haven while they're trying to break down the door.
Of course.
But in the meantime, as you're looking about, if there's anyone who is not doing so great or feels the weight of things on them, I'd be happy to help. I am a doctor of many different domains, if you catch my meaning. Mental, physical, it's whatever ails you.
There is one issue that I'm still waiting on answers for. I have a priest of mine who died in Southern Dratho and came back as an undead. We have found out that their soul is damaged in a way where if they die again, the soul is destroyed. I'm currently looking for a way to fix their souls so they don't cease to exist.
That is a challenging problem you have. In terms of fixing, I think the best way you could do that is try to bind it to some place. It's bound to the body. Bind it somewhere else. But
I see.
For their pain, if they are, stressed out by things, bring them to me. I should be able to help. Maybe stop some of the decay and things along those lines as well.
Well, you may as well know my domains. Time, luck, entropy, sorcery. And does Daniel know about uncreation being a domain, or does he just think that's a species?
I don't know. I don't know if you know about being a domain, but you would know you're an uncreated.
And I have some powers from the uncreated night.
Oh, of course. Well, I should, I'll describe mine for you, no problem.
Of course is a heck of a reaction to that.
Well, I said I was good in, with mental issues. One of my domains is madness, but I'm completely sane, let me assure you.
Let me assure you that one of my Pantheon members
Isn't?
is not.
Yeah. And then there's health. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yes.
And then memory, as you said.
I see.
But if you never need someone to help out, make things just a bit better, I'll be here. My only goal is to make sure everyone has a haven where they can be safe.
Well, I do appreciate it.
And you came with a group, yes?
Yes, I believe that they're down by the inn currently.
I would like to meet them if that's okay. You've been a pleasure to talk to, but I like to know everyone who I work with.
Of course. The
I'm
name
gonna
is
change
Daniel
your mind.
Ravensburg.
You can just... Nice to meet you, Daniel. I just go by Adam these days.
Of course. I do have to give you fair warning. My Pantheon can be a handful.
Oh,
Sometimes too.
The group I want you to talk to is quite a handful too. There's I'll discuss it more with the rest of them.
Of course. Oh god, I zoomed all the way across the street.
Yeah.
Jump.
Yeah.
I see so little of this map right now. It's
Yeah.
funny.
Right,
And
just
We
teleport
just
into the back door.
yeah, and you see
Hello.
Daniel walking in with another figure. It's like, oh, hello, pleasure to meet you. Oh,
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Asky. I see you've met him. Quite a nice fellow, isn't he?
Indeed.
You're the one who hasn't met him, but
I mean, by the fact that this place hasn't devolved into a full fight and nobody's screaming, I have to
Yeah.
assume that it's going well.
Yeah. He is going to do. Is this the group you're with?
Indeed, it is.
Okay.
This is Apophis,
There's like
Semlix, Bhaskara, Chip Lovecraft,
Hello.
Gurgle,
Old
and then we have another Godbound on the ship, Zoya.
I think I'm the only one whose last name he knows is why.
yeah,
That is
Hey.
correct, because nobody else has stated a last name.
Yep. And it's like before it.
Also, I'm attempting to give him warning that you are a Lovecraft. Expect chaos.
I did some rolls. Let me just check some sheets real quick. Don't mind me.
Isn't that an amazing last name for Gurgle?
Gurgle Spurgle.
I was thinking Gurgle and Gurgle Gargle.
My brain immediately just went to like Gurgle Smith.
I don't know.
Having a last name is pushing it.
How interesting.
What's interesting?
Smith is, however, pronounced as. Smith is, however, pronounced as Gurgle again.
Okay, good.
Spelled like Smith, pronounced Gurgle.
Okay, no, you don't get to pull that shit. Bray at least came up with
No,
English
I
examples
know.
of how he could. No matter how much I hate them. Also, I'm concerned by Robert.
Concerned.
No, it's fine.
I sent someone a message. He's going to just walk over and do what Apophis did not do and pull up a chair. Say, hey, look, just so you, Apophis. You're welcome to join us, Apophis.
Okay. Apophis will go ahead and sit down. But he'll sit down like with the chair like the youth pastor sits.
Jesus.
Where he's got it backwards.
Yep.
Gurgle's gonna go sit on the stage and play with the lute a little bit.
All right. And he's going to say, well, for transparency, that Genesis seed you all were looking for, it's in my possession.
That was fast.
Very interesting.
We need to deal with the more hostile divinities on the island. Preferably peacefully.
Yes, I would like that. If you convince them to leave, that would be ideal. Or just convince them to work with me. The one who... Lacentia is probably going to be the one that's the most difficult to negotiate with. But...
Who is this Lucantus?
Lacentia? He is, he is to the west of here. On that side of the island. He's... The best way to say it is he's quite, headstrong. Whereas I want everyone to have a haven, he wants everyone to, to wake up and smell the coffee, no matter how bad that coffee is, or no matter how little those can handle it.
I see. What do we know about them?
Well, they obviously don't come by too often. Most of the other leaders keep to themselves. One has quite a fondness for stage masks and dancing in a ballroom. One is, I would love things to be peaceful, but, well, I'm sure our mutual friend here already said they were planning to hunt and kill that dragon.
Yes, there is another issue with that dragon as well.
You don't know which dragon?
But
how many dragons are we expecting on this fucking island?
We could be doing a racism here, and it's the wrong white dragon.
You could
be doing a racism.
Mm-hmm.
could be doing a race of them. You don't know that. It's like saying,
It would be awfully convenient if there was another white dragon with all the evil traits to have somebody come and kill him.
Sounds like you're being racist.
It sounds like you cut mid-sentence.
That too, yes.
We'll deal with all of them as needed.
Yeah, but I do understand that peace is obviously preferred. The last thing I want is for just the constant bloodshed and wars to spread into everywhere. But I do want all of you to enjoy your stay here, and as long as I'm around, I can guarantee you'll always have a warm bed and a safe place here.
I will give you the warm bed, but there are some things you need to know. First off, we are tracking a white dragon in the Para Islands who has a shard of Bixian and could damage the world with it. And how empty is this room?
It is a packed tavern.
Then I'm going to transfer this telepathically. And the muse is somewhere nearby.
He'll respond back. You'll have to be frank with me. I've spent most of my time around here. I'm not very well versed in global politics. I don't know who that is.
Shape-shifting, murderous Godbound.
I'll keep an eye out, but if you were to find them, I'm sure I could rehabilitate them.
We will try, but based on what we have been told by other Godbound and world leaders, I don't think he'll be coming without a fight.
Well, a fight, sure, but everyone can be redeemed, even if they don't know it.
What is my monitor doing? It's trying to go to sleep even though it's set to never sleep.
Yeah.
It's telling you it's
You
tired.
You ran out of Pervitin.
Ran out of cyan ink.
We can
True.
try, but I guarantee nothing.
I'm good at rehabilitation, but trying is all you can do sometimes. Either way. So is that why all of you are here? For the seed and the shard?
Seed, shard, and the muse. Because we were tasked with capture or kill.
Well, I'll try to help where I can.
We do appreciate it.
He responds to me, and he smiles warmly and says, "Well, I've gotten to know Daniel quite well, but how about the rest of you?"
All right. I've recently come to this part of the world, seeking to destroy angels. Right? That was why I was here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Angels? Yes. Unfortunately, the angels proved to be too much, and we had to retreat. That's a nice nat 1 you rolled there.
I'm
It's a
rolling
D6.
damage.
That's less unlikely than you.
Are you rolling damage?
So School of Thought, I can take a stat penalty or I can take it as damage.
Oh, okay.
Whose thoughts you're reading?
I was doing thought communication with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you meant by it hurts.
Yeah, I will either take a penalty to all stats or I will take physical damage.
Always take the damage. Why take penalties?
Exactly!
Okay.
Either way. But as he looks around,
So vehement.
it says, but now I must ask, what do you think of this haven? It's
because we haven't been explicitly told why it's a haven. It's rather suspicious.
He is using the Genesis seed to create a peaceful barrier.
Yes, that's accurate.
Makes sense.
I thought we got told that after He said it was in his possession.
I mean, he said he had it, but he didn't
He
say what he
didn't-
was using it for.
Oh,
Andy's-
okay.
Andy's
I'm
right.
just getting all the
Andy's-
gubbins mixed
Yeah,
up. in my
Andy's
brain.
correct. Like, well, yes, that's accurate. Essentially, I'm using it to make this place into a temporary paradise. It's not consumed, of course. Of course, with the other Godbounds around here were convinced that Haven should be protected, then I have no need for it, and there will be no more resistance for it. And if that happens, I will happily give it to you. My only wish in all of this is that everyone has their own safe haven when things are too tough.
I look forward to this man eventually meeting Reagan Oil Finder.
That's very optimistic of you.
I suppose so, but be the change you wish to see in all that.
But there's been so many nauseating speeches of friendship and hope this session.
There has. But either way.
I love the idea of just like be the change you want to see in the world, and Chip is just kind of like nodding sagely.
Daniel's immediately going to paint. Daniel's going to immediately point to you. No, not again.
Not that kind of change.
And it's like, oh, and another thing I do want to point out, I am good with medicine and of the mental variety as well. If someone you needs some assistance, I'm happy to oblige.
Yes, Chip also has the word of madness, but in companies more the madness than the curing typically.
Of course.
Just of course.
He looks at Chip's outfit and looks him over.
That's right. He has madness. He can see through your bullshit.
What?
I mean, I thought Godbound could just do that anyway.
I don't know.
No, it's only lesser foes that don't find my behavior bizarre.
Ah.
Yes.
That's why it's perfectly fine for both you and Andy to go off at all the nonsense that I do, because you're not affected by it either.
Gurgle is
imagining
confused
everyone
as to
else-
what's being referred to.
Oh, he's like wearing a chicken hat. You can see in his token a bit. The chicken hat, he has one Converse shoe and then one bunny slipper.
Okay.
Yeah,
He at one point had a flesh top hat, but the flesh is rotten away.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a mess.
Yeah.
Hey, let me find Chip. One moment. I've got the full body picture
Yeah, wait.
somewhere.
I have the full body picture too,
Right.
because I was asking for everyone.
I need to
Either
upload
way.
that to Old Anvil.
But either way, he's gonna look. So, can I count on you all to help me with this? Just convince them that, Haven should be protected is all it amounts to. And if they won't listen, well, that's unfortunate, but another alternative, if worse comes to worse, if you truly do not believe that they can be negotiated with, and you truly you do not know an alternative, try to get them, bring them to me. I'm sure I can convince them.
This sounds like being. This is out of character, but this sounds like being strapped to a chair and getting the electric probes.
It sounds like a cult, also.
Yeah, he sounds a little culty.
Chip's full picture has now been uploaded to World Anvil.
Great.
Either way, it's like, but, well, so you all agreed to help them then?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's great news. Well, I do have a lot to do, so do enjoy your meal.
Of course. I'm gonna go get the rest of the crew.
And that is where we'll end it for tonight.
Woo!
Sounds
Alright.
good.
It was fun.
I
You good,
can't
buddy?
wait to try to pitch this to Reagan Oil Finder. It's like, Okay, I need you to play nice with Adam because he is a very nice guy and willing to be very peaceful. And you can sell access to a paradise on Arkham. Premium.
No, I want to ask, what do y'all think of? I know the new arc got delayed a hell of a lot.
I am not surprised at all by that, but I had a good time nonetheless.
Yeah, no, it was all good.
Yeah.
Robert, you must take any estimate you have for how long it's going to take us to talk anything.
The problem is I already
and multiply
did
it
that.
by 6.
Yeah.
The problem is I already did that. I figured you'd want to see him. I'm glad there was investiture on that though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was a good time.
What do you think of the new area? You didn't see much of it, but
It's nice.
Well, I
I
need
like
to pick
it.
up some books for that gift that I just learned. Not the gift, the low magic I just learned. Not low magic. Damn it, brain.
You're
Ear
having a moment, my dude.
but yeah.
You'll
An
get there.
extended gamer moment.
Alright. I'm gonna go into bed.
All right, good night.
Alrighty,
I
good
am
night.
I'm glad
also
that
going to
Miles got to
bed.
engage with the whole sword guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was funny and fun.
I just
it took a
saw
little
it.
bit of convincing.
I just saw it. It makes a great yeast substitute.
That was so good.
God, I just realized, like, I sent that to the player thing. Robert didn't see that.
I did.
Oh,
No. Mix the iron with the aluminum oxide. It'll go great. Promise. It makes a great yeast substitute.
Oh, that's great.
Mhm.
Because that's supposed to be thermite.
Yep.
that is.
Good.
Yep,
Nope. Now it's bread.
it goes really great.
I've done nothing but teleport bread for the last 3 days.
So what y'all think of fucking Askia and Adam though? Because they're probably going to be relatively main characters of this arc.
Yeah.
Adam seems nice. I kind of zoned out Askia because
Oh, he's here.
darkness, darkness, light, darkness.
Yep. He's here to kill a dragon.
Yes.
And he's got a really cool sword.
Yeah.
Adam is so precious.
He must be defended. This nation must be defended. We will destroy
I'm a
all
little-
others.
Like
I'm a
I
little
know-
scared. Anytime we say this character must be defended, they always die. They always die. Newt,
Or
Newt.
they do the murdering.
I mean, we also, let's be honest, we didn't even attempt to save Newt Newt.
You didn't. You
What are
really
we gonna
didn't.
Yeah.
do?
We just let him get shoved off a ledge and
But-
proceeded to not care.
Like
The
I
best
genuinely
part is, it wasn't the lava that killed him; it was the fall damage.
Exactly.
Yep.
Anyway, I like him. Bascara doesn't care for the kumbaya
Mm-hmm.
ness. And I really wish that she was in that dojo earlier.
Oh, the amount of arguments
Yeah.
Daniel would have gotten into if he was there.
I had fun defending my choices.
My answer for like, well, what if you end up fighting someone else? Because I didn't realize that they all come from like different countries.
They do.
essentially,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that at first, and like my answer was like, well, I guess you shouldn't be a soldier. Like,
That's a valid answer, actually. Like that's genuinely a valid answer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so y'all like the new NPCs. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
I can't wait to pick up more priests.
Oh boy.
I'm surprised. I thought at least one person would think Adam's gonna kill us. Or like that's what happened when I try to make genuinely nice NPCs.
It's just like,
He
oh god,
seems-
oh god.
We
What's
Took your
haven't
word for it
received
this
we haven't received a thread yet questioning him, and he was pre-vouched for by Asinius Umbra, who we originally hated but have learned to accept.
But we've also come to the consensus that the man does not make the best decisions, but he certainly makes them.
He makes them. He makes decisions what he believes is right, but his whole plan for saving the place amounted to hoping you would ignore
If
Draco and go straight for the seed, so you would deal with this first. That was his whole plan.
if
He
I
made
shut
a
my
very-
eyes, the problem isn't there.
I mean,
Well,
it resolved about as well as it could have resolved.
right. His whole thing, his whole like master plan, and yes, he is an idiot. Like he was written to be that way. Was that he would host this tournament because people wanted Genesis Seed. One of them would go to get it. They would meet Adam. Adam would send them on this quest. Then Adam, after that quest done, Adam could come down to Dratho and help him with his thing.
Welp.
Yeah, no, it didn't work. It explicitly did not work. But that was his plan. He admitted as much when you were talking to him in Treesburg.
Yes, it astounds me that man didn't get somebody else to just be like, "Hey, can you go rendezvous with this guy and help him out for me? That'd be nice. I'll give you a reward."
That would have been smart.
He's not smart. Like this has been established.
I know he's not smart. I know it's been established. I'm just bitching.
Like it's no fun if everyone is very smart. Like you gotta have some. At the end of the day, Umbra was a child king. Like they don't make the best decisions.
He was a
At
child.
the end of the day, you gotta have a crash.
He was a child king raised by a guy who would not actually raise him for the throne, just to torture him.
Yeah. Like, considering how child kings usually play out, it worked pretty well, I think.
Considering he's alive to be on the throne, yes.
But yeah,
Oh,
no,
I
you're
I
right.
just had a realization of something that we didn't touch in Cosnia. I have a massive goddamn army station there that is, I think, larger than the actual population of Cosnia.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's perfectly logical.
Military nation. That's great. So one of the things that I wanted to get done pre-session that got resolved as we're trying to rush into this sort of thing was to ask Chip to transmute a bunch of precious material in like a vault or something, so that Cilantro has a war chest if anything happens while we're fucking around anywhere.
We can say you would have done that before, or before you left. I'm not gonna say no, you can't do it anymore. Like I rushed you here, so I'm gonna let you I'm gonna let you retcon shit like that. So yeah, you're allowed to do that if you want to just say Chip did that.
Yeah. Because it's one of those things where, like, if I were to just go and, like, because another thing to consider is, like, it's explicitly mentioned in the gift. Like, yeah, sure, you can make massive volumes of, like, sure, transmute, like, thousands of cubic meters of things into gold. But congratulations, gold is now more common than iron and has a price to match.
Exactly, but Cilantro is also intelligent enough to divvy it out slower.
Where's the doop-de doop 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 doop?
Yes, I do remember. The rules
there
for
it
wealth
do.
and
Stop
transmutation.
crashing the stock market.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm still upset that we didn't get to do the first time you crashed it. I had such a fun session planned. There was gonna be a vault heist with Plek where you had to steal back the money.
I mean,
it was gonna be great.
Nothing is stopping us from inviting Plek to the next time because
no, but the thing's ruined now because the place, Dratho's economy is fine. It was meant for if Dratho's economy crashed back then.
Robert, I think you forget how often I'm using my artifact for wealth.
Oh, that's actually a very good point. That's actually you've been using it a hell of a lot.
Yes, and I've been very careful to keep it to one use per nation sort of thing when possible.
Wow.
That's a good point. You've used it everywhere you've been except for here.
Give it time.
So far.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Okay, good to know.
But yeah, I am actually tracking how long it's been since I've last used it in an area to not crash economies. But I also figure it might take longer than I expect for the money to disappear, and also I might just forget or say fuck it.
Yeah, who knows? But-
Also, who's to say that I don't purposely crash an economy?
Jesus.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad there's people like the session. Miles already left, but I'm glad we finally got some stuff in for him, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad he was invested in this session. Genuinely.
It was one of those moments where I think he's sort of accepted that like the place he's most comfortable is combat, but that doesn't mean that's where he has to live.
Yeah.
So it took a little bit of poking, right? But then he
We got
was
him
like,
there in the end.
yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell because I just kept hearing him talk about stuff. I'm like, yeah, he's lore dumping. He's lore dumping.
Yeah.
We got him, Lauren.
It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could actually. We have three quote unquote countries we need to subjugate. Who's to say we don't go into
Subjugate.
one, crash the economy, leave, and let the economy fall down, and we come back and deal with the repercussions later?
That's assuming they'll let you just do that, but yeah.
Aren't we
That
trying
implies
to
they have a choice.
Aren't you trying to be a benevolent god?
I mean,
Okay.
yes, to an
Uh-huh.
extent.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I super believe you now.
This is Derek we're talking about. Are you surprised that he's
I've
planning
actually
evil
been
plots?
pondering Daniel's views, and it's not more of I'm benevolent, it's I will do what must be done for the betterment of my followers.
Uh-huh.
Also, one question. If Trevor, the
Yeah.
vision. I went a lot more abstract this time than the last one.
And we went all over the place. It was great.
I
Except for
think
you scrambling that we had for
I
what
thought-
the heck does this mean?
I actually think I have a pretty concrete interpretation of it, especially given the context of what we talked about with Cosnea and reality.
All right. I'd be
Where,
interested to hear it.
I mean, I thought I said it, or basically,
Oh,
we've
yeah.
been in the situation where we've been under the illusion that reality is what sort of comports with our own understanding, but now we're in Cosnea and we see it's weird, and we see the rot of what the world is, but whoever's enforcing it, like that's having a negative impact, right? And that's why I'm sort of chasing the rot, because that's more real by the end of it.
That is your interpretation. Okay.
That certainly is. You're goddamn right.
Well, I'm obviously not going to tell you what it means.
No, I don't
It
want
might
you to
even-
either.
It might
Nope.
even yeah, actually, no, we're not going to say a goddamn thing. But I will say this, though. I gave it gave it a lot of thought, and I'm proud of it and what it implies.
That's cool. No, I'm sure that there will be a moment when we're in it, right? And we all realize, and it's gonna be fucking sick.
I hope so. But your interpretation is quite interesting as well.
So,
I believe it.
do you remember when you said I thought you wanted to fire boats at people following you? I just imagined us flying over one of the countries and just dropping a boat full of money into town and flying.
I don't. I'm sorry. What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
So if you remember the airship, I put a dinghy at the back right over the propeller. And somebody made a statement being like, "Oh, I thought you wanted to fire it at your enemy."
That was Clyde.
Yes, it was Clyde. And it's like, yes, I now want to fire a boat full of gold into a town to destroy the economy and fly away.
You think that would destroy only the economy?
I mean, the economy and whatever building it lands on.
Yeah.
Hey, they could buy a new building with that much gold. If they're quick about it.
The secret is to be A, quick about it, or B, have someone who pretends that the money isn't there. Like someone high up that everyone believes. Like that's what the That's what the United States tries to do. It doesn't work, but it's what they try to do.
I look forward how we're gonna juggle 3 tyrants and a muse.
Be fun.
Poorly.
So you
I
think
mean, that's
think-
obvious, but
so you think this island has 3 tyrants?
it has at least 3 tyrants that we have been requested to deal with.
Okay.
I'm certain there's more.
Okay.
And then we come out and it's just another reasonable guy who just has conflicting goals to what this dude has.
I feel personally attacked that you know me so well.
I mean, he better reveal that information quicker than Umbra did, because we were ready to murk that man.
Listen, Umbra is a goddamn idiot. That being said, in terms of how I made characters, I think I did the best with Umbra.
I mean, let's be honest. When I was going over with my coworker all the bullshit that happened, I pointed out that we had explored all of Oligosh except the one temple that was Maledictus's that we would have gotten information from.
Yeah, no, that's
And to
'cause
this day,
here's the
we still
thing.
haven't been there.
And also like you know, you made Umbra to be an idiot. We came like that.
We thought he was tied to a metal chair.
Not only that, we thought he was tied to a metal folding chair.
Yeah, like you thought he was too stupid to get out of it, which is a fair assumption, which is why I did that.
I just genuinely never noticed. Like, it never occurred to me.
Literally didn't occur to me. It's just like, yeah, that's probable.
Still, you know, like the whole time he was thinking he was this fucking martyr for, you know, keeping everyone alive and, you know, thinking he had this master plan to get everything resolved. All they need to do is do exactly what I want them to and just go to this fucking island on a goose chase. You know, he is extensively an idiot, but that's why I love him.
Folding chair.
We think he's such a freaking peanut that we don't believe him to be able to get off of a freaking chair.
Oh my god.
Wait,
It's
aren't
fun
you
being
supposed to
stupid,
be
I gotta
having a
admit.
secret combo?
It is really fun being stupid. It takes a huge load of decision making off your back in a campaign.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I never actually finished the fucking Monster of the Week story for that.
Oh, yeah.
That Trevor. I told you this, Derek, a bit ago, but like in Monster of the Week, one of the character classes you can do is the Chosen One, which is exactly what it sounds. The fate of everything rests on your shoulders. You have a weapon that befits your fate and a magical destiny. And when I was playing it, I decided to be the Chosen One. And this was happening the game was happening in like modern day. And my modern character's name was Winston Payne, a 56-year-old balding man with the most pathetic voice I can muster.
And he's the chosen one.
Do you want to hear the voice?
Yes, please.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I think that could be bad. Hello? Hello?
Oh my god.
That's good.
I'll do my best to offend you.
Incredible.
Oh, Robert, so I can clip this. Can you give me a sample of Reagan Oil Finder and Old Greg?
Oh god, fuck. Alright, hold on. Trickle-down economics works like a charm. Just don't pay attention to everything else. Do you love me? Why won't you love me?